What is up, YouTube? What is going on, fellow fantasy people? And of course, what is up? The catch. Fam, you guys already know what time it is, man. Week 12 fantasy Q&A. I am just blown away at how fast this fantasy season is going. We have got Steven in the building. A new week is ahead of us. What is going on, Steven?
Well, I'll tell you two things that are making a little early Thanksgiving special here. We got Matt Nagy on the chopping block and Jason Garrett fired. So, for respective Bears and Giants fans, that's a good little thing there. I feel kind of bad for their families, though. I never feel kind of bad congratulating a fire. But, yeah, man.
They'll be okay.
Yeah, they'll be good. They've got $1 million contracts.
They'll be okay.
But yeah, man, week 12, fantasy football around that corner.
Reaction, Steven, to week 11. What's your biggest takeaway?
Colts, that's my best take, huh? How about Jonathan Taylor? Clear cut MVP type of caliber player. I looked at the stats right now in the season. He's the best player regardless of position combined. I mean, that's nuts right there. JT's doing it. I think the first thing I started thinking of is, like, obviously we got a tough matchup against the Bucs, but great for the Colts. Another potential scary thing is you look at it and the Pats are right there on top of their division in the AFC East. The Bills are number 7, so they're at the very end of that, getting into the playoff mix. And Josh Allen is apparently the MVP odds favorite right now. So, like, who's really the MVP of the NFL this year? I think that's a big question mark that just still will not be answered.
Can't beat Tummy Ache Jackson anymore, can it?
No. You know who else you can't beat? Mr. Cam Newton, number 1. Coming back. Saved your fantasy team last week.
Well, I did lose. Cam Newton, a great game, but he didn't get the victory.
Gosh, I know. I felt terrible for him.
No homecoming.
I thought it was going to be at the first off, just hilarious that he played Coldplay and what's that? Coldplay and Jay-Z song. I'm coming home. I'm coming home. Yeah, that was like his entrance into the stadium. But yeah, you know what? I kind of coming into the game, I didn't know if it was going to be similar to when Matt Ryan played his old coach Dan Quinn, that Falcons-Cowboys game. I thought maybe we'd see a similar type of thing where the coach knows the weaknesses and strengths of their old quarterback. I thought Riverboat Ron was going to get it done. He could not stop Cam, man. He was all over the place. He looked
great. He's got Miami this week. It's another good matchup for those of you guys who do own Cam Newton and need to start him. Yeah, he looked great. You know who my MVP of week 11 is, Steven?
Who is that?
Oh, you should know this.
Chris Boswell?
Colt McCoy, baby.
He was good.
The Cardinals to a 9-2 record. Best record in the whole National Football League.
They've got to be kind of the Super Bowl favorites. There's not really any other teams that look as competitive as them.
I think they have to be too.
Yeah,
Listen, I like a lot of teams right now, though. And this is an interesting point in the season where we're at like a pretty median level, and the next couple games will really determine things, of course. Mm-hmm. But I like the Cardinals, man. You know what team I like lost?
Like who lost this week?
Yeah.
Packers. Chargers? The Chargers won, actually.
Chargers
the Packers, yeah. The Packers do strike me as a team that could really get it done this year. It seems like the offense is not clicking. Like, just something seems to be missing there. I mean, their defense has sneakily been what has held this team together. The defense doesn't even really have any of his studs out there. I forget off the top of my head when Jair Alexander is supposed to come back. Is he out the whole year? I think he was supposed to be out a significant amount of time. But if they can potentially get Jair Alexander back at the end of the year, I mean, that could be huge for their playoff push there.
Yeah, and they play the Vikings again in Week 17. It's going to be
that Vikings team is good, man.
It's going to be fun.
That Vikings team is good.
They're one of the better bad teams in the league.
They're not really bad. I mean, their record says they're bad.
You know what I'm saying.
Yeah, they're a good squad, though.
Let's see here. Jair Alexander should be back for the playoffs, if not before.
That'd be huge.
It's a shoulder injury. It's just weird.
Yeah, he was trying to tackle. I think it was Najee Harris. He was trying to make a hit on him, and Najee, that beast of a man, just absolutely had none. He was having no part of that, and Jair Alexander hit the ground. I wanted to take a couple minutes though before we get into roll call and kind of get this thing rolling. You want to just do a quick, just like talk about these games? Today was kind of the first real day I was breaking down what we were going to be seeing on Thanksgiving Turkey Day on Thursday. A lot of kind of interesting matchups. I mean, obviously a little banged up, all these guys. Bills Saints, interesting game. That's kind of the headliner.
Preseason, it probably would have been a much better game.
Yeah.
And I'll say this much: it is a relatively interesting game because the Bills really need a win here.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is a big game for the Bills, more so than it's for the Saints.
It's a massive game for the Bills.
Massive, yeah. The Raiders-Cowboys is another game where the Cowboys need this victory, man.
Mm-hmm.
They've been struggling over the past couple of weeks, although they had the big win against Atlanta. But
say the same thing about the Raiders too, coming off of 3 losses. They're on the way out of the playoff hunt.
Sure, yeah.
But
and I'll say
CD and Cooper, yikes.
It is tougher. It's much tougher. And this Raiders team statistically is actually pretty good against opposing wide receivers. Even though it doesn't feel that way. In terms of the Bears and Lions, the biggest takeaway from a fantasy perspective for me is David Montgomery versus the 30th worst team in the league against opposing running backs, the Detroit Lions.
That should be good. It should be good.
Goff might play. So that's an update.
I will say it'll be interesting to see. I'm guessing Fields will be kind of questionable throughout the week. Yeah. I would hope he does get the start here. But why don't we do a little early prediction here for each game? Who gets the turkey leg? Who gets the MVP from each game? So Bears, Lions. Who's your turkey leg? Are we going with David Montgomery here?
For me, it is. If it's not him, it's Mooney.
Okay.
But it also really depends if Justin Fields plays or not.
Okay. Turkey leg, Raiders, Cowboys. I'm going to go Zeke. I think Zeke eats here. Think just like Joe Mixon just ate against the Raiders team. Zeke got banged up a little bit, but full practice today. So I think he comes out there and eats on Thanksgiving.
Okay. I'll go with Zeke just because of the, that thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I can already see it, dude. It's totally built for it. It's in Dallas. I do think the Cowboys are going to just like rely on him without CD and Cooper. They're probably just going to hand it off a gazillion times. Bill Saints, I'll let you take this one.
Ooh. I think Josh Allen has a bounce back game.
Not Trevor Siemian? You don't think it's him who gets the turkey leg?
Hey, I'm not hating on our boy Seaman, but at the same time, Bill's defense too might be a sneaky pick here too. Like, they need a bounce back performance. They, before Sunday, are the best team in the league by far against opposing running backs. And Jonathan Taylor just said, no, thank you, man. And Kamara might play. He might not play. That this could impact a lot of things as well. But I'll go Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah, Jonathan Taylor is still the MVP.
Yeah, I'll go Josh Allen here. I think it's the most logical pick. But don't get me wrong. If this Bills defense continues to fret and Kamara plays, I mean, he could have a big day as well. But
Kamara and Ingram might see the ball 40 times combined in that game if that's the case, because that's the way to beat this Bills team, I think.
I will say, in words of the Saints, was so excited. I had Adam Trotman in the waiver wire video Monday, and he's out for 46 weeks. So
did you say 46?
4 to 6.
Oh, I was like, geez, that's an oddly specific and grim number. He's out 46 weeks. He's out basically the rest of his career.
He gets that touchdown. I even mentioned it in the waiver video. I mean, this is Stevens' preseason pick.
Dude, the body.
Yeah.
You can't go against the body, dude.
One of our first podcasts for you guys listening, Steven, when we talked about the NFC South, really got into describing Adam Trotman. And you guys are bored, go find the NFC South podcast preview we did.
The entire analysis of him was just literally about his like biceps and thighs and how tall he was.
All right. There you
Let's
have
get
it.
into it.
Turkey Day preview. Good way to pop off the stream. Little week 11 reaction as well. Make sure you guys hit that like button on the way in. Make sure if you're new, you're listening in already, that you hit that sub button down below. Welcome, everyone. Hope everyone is doing fantastic. Hope everyone has had a great start to hopefully what is a short week for everyone. Hope everyone's doing well, man. Hope everyone is getting prepared for week 12. It's crazy, guys. We only have like 3 weeks till the fantasy playoffs. Everyone wish me luck this week on mine Steven's league. I desperately need a win against Steven. My playoff hopes could depend on this. Even if I lose,
get you out of here.
Even if I lose this week, I'm still not out of it. Okay, I'm very carefully analyzing everything in this league at this point. This happens every year. Okay,
You get the first one, I get the last one.
well, that happens too, but it always happens to where I'm 7 or 8 and I creep back into 6 or 5.
You do.
So I'm not out of this thing, but
We both start off cold and finish hot in fantasy typically.
I don't like your team. I don't like facing your team.
I know you don't.
No.
I know you don't.
This time
I
of
hope
year.
Lamar gets sick again and can't play.
Cam if he doesn't. Actually,
yeah, I guess you're right. Cam's kind of dominant.
There's some players out there I want to go after, and I just can't drop anyone.
Yeah.
Anyways, hope everyone's doing fantastic tonight. Happy to have you guys here. Let's get right into it. Ron the Goat, what's going on, man? Always happy to have you here. LeBron's brain. Should I try and bait the Kamara owner into Ingram plus Judy for Hopkins deal? I don't mind that.
Yeah.
I don't mind that.
I think you get the upside of that deal by far.
Sure. I agree. Ron the Goat says it couldn't hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron Reborn, what's going on, man? Always happy to have you here in the building. Ron the Goat, Gronk looked good last night. Is he back to an every week start? Gooder has been admirably filling in for him in my lineup.
I love this. I love to see Gronk back in action, baby.
He did look good. Yeah,
I'm gonna really good.
I'm gonna say yes here.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't have to drop Goddard. I mean, that's a great tight end too to have on your squad as well.
Yeah, I will say this too. I mean, I guess we saw everybody kind of eat simultaneously those first few weeks when everybody was healthy, full action. But, with AB potentially cycling back in here, maybe we see a little bit of a, I don't know, right? All I'm saying is just always bake that in. But Gronk does seem to kind of have a safety in terms of his floor because Tom Brady is not just targeting him in the red zone. Right, he's seeing him down the field as well. I mean, he's getting pretty good target volume relatively.
I don't know if Antonio Brown's ever going to play football again.
I hope not this week.
Let's see here. LeBron's brain. Packers aren't going to make it, not even close, with Ellington Jenkins not playing. Yeah, they do have some offensive line problems. It's a good call. Really, really sad to see him, that injury this past weekend. Ron the Goat, I really like the Hurts and Goddard stack I have as well. That doesn't hurt, man. Guys, Jalen Hurts, your QB1 on the year.
Number 2 fantasy player in all of football right now.
We talked about this in the preseason, offseason. We both didn't pull the trigger.
He was my fantasy MVP pick, man.
We were both like, this is the guy that could be your Kyler Murray of this past year, right? At the value you can get him. And we both choked on it.
Yeah, we did. We did.
Anyways. Ronald, yo, what is up, Ronald? Always good to have you here in the building, my guy. Let's see here. Aaron Reborn. I traded Cooper Kupp, Hunt, and T. Higgins for Eckler and CeeDee Lamb. I'm not mad about it. Okay. I'm not.
Tell you what, Higgins, after a poor performance, I thought it was his time to shine. Jamar Chase was not really that great until he scored the touchdown. T. Higgins at this point, man, I mean, he's seen volume over the year, but I don't mind getting off of him. And you get Eckler, who almost paralleled Jonathan Taylor's performance. I was like, holy shit, is this guy trying to go for number 5 as well?
Yeah.
But yeah, and then you get CeeDee Lamb. I mean, it sucks because you're going to miss him this week, but I like that. I like that deal. I think you're getting 2 studs there.
Obviously, CeeDee Lamb is an upgrade over Higgins. Obviously, Eckler is an upgrade over Hunt. Hate to see you lose Kupp, though.
Yeah,
but I don't hate this trade.
Sucks.
I don't hate this trade, though. But losing Kupp is going to hurt. Let's see here. Ron the Goat drafted Kupp and JT at 1 and 2. Wow.
Gosh.
Ronald turning Hunt into Eckler for T. Higgins and a downgrade to CD Lamp. I take it. I love the Ronald calling himself out. I can't type. He put turning Hunk into Eckler for T. Higgin and a downgrade to CD Lamp. I think from now on you guys should just try and make your messages like this when typing out players. Try and make it really difficult for me and Steven to decipher.
Even more cryptic. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I will say I would rather be called Stephen Hunk than Stephen Hunt as well. That's a pretty cool name right there. But
Sure.
yeah, no, I think you're spot on right there, Ronald. That's a good analysis of it.
Bruisin, should I trade Renfro and Pitts for Pittman and Fearmuth?
I like that deal. I mean, I get it. Pittman didn't have a great week against that Bills team, Tre'Davious White, but shit, obviously already a terrible matchup against that Bills secondary. But then Jonathan Taylor gets the rock 1,000 times. There was no need for Michael Pittman that week, right? And I think he is probably your best asset in this deal, regardless of who's getting who. And then Fearmuth has been very solid, right?
Dude, he's been great.
Yeah, he's been great. And honestly, I mean, if you want to take out all the potential, all the promise of Pitts, he's been disappointing a lot of the weeks. So I think you're actually getting like an absolute bomb trade here. Like, I think this is really good.
Fearmuth in the last 4 weeks has 4 touchdowns. The one game he did not have a touchdown was a game Big Ben did not play. Listen, I love Kyle Pitts. I think he has amazing volume, but he is kind of hurting right now without Calvin Ridley out there. We talked about this over the past week, right? If you're an opposing defensive coordinator going up against the Falcons, who else are you going to take out of the game plan? With Patterson banged up as well, right?
Yeah.
Patterson's still questionable for the week. So I don't hate this trade. I think it's an upgrade at receiver. We both like Hunter Renfrow quite a bit, but I would agree that Pittman's a more valuable receiver. And I don't think the trade-off at tight end is too bad here. As a matter of fact, I mean,
I would imagine Pat F is actually ranked higher. I don't know.
Not on the season.
He's not? Okay.
I mean, yeah, Kyle Pitt's still coming in at tight end 7 and Fearmuth coming in at 16, but Fearmuth wasn't really relevant the first couple of weeks. So
yeah, I guess you're right. I mean, he really has been kind of really utilized over this past 5 to 6 weeks.
Yeah. Jerry, what's up, brothers? What is a brother?
Jerry.
All right, let's see. I'm looking forward to Jerry. I'm looking forward to receiving the Polaroid picture of you, Steven. So by the way, you kind of missed this, Steven. This is a good.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know where this is going.
Jerry's been looking forward to bringing this news up to you. If Jerry beats me in fantasy this week, I'm supposed to send him a Polaroid picture of you.
Is it the Polaroid picture that's on your refrigerator?
Well, he doesn't know about that.
Do you have like multiple Polaroid photos of me? Like, like, are you just like, am I like walking down?
Well,
gotcha, buddy. Like,
what happened
is
we were trying to make a deal of what he could receive if he beats me, and then he said he wanted a Polaroid of you, and then I said, well, coincidentally, I actually have Polaroid pictures of Steven.
Beautiful. I love it.
Yeah.
Actually, you do have a lot of Polaroids of me.
From the wedding. Yeah.
From that.
We're on the go. Good luck, John. Thanks. I need it. Matt, what defense do you guys like this week? I'll let Steven take this one. Bears, Eagles, or Colts?
Yeah, I mean, I don't like the Colts this week. I mean, I think they've got a chance to not get absolutely smoked against the Bucks. But man, you're playing the Bucks. You're playing Tom Brady. It's never a smart idea to stream against them. I mean, even on this season, at times you can stream against the Chiefs, but I don't really know if it's ever okay to stream against Tom and the Bucks. Especially, I mean, we saw the Colts. They played really well against the Bills in terms of their defensive performance, but there's a lot of conditions that also went into that. Like, I'm a Colts fan. I love that game, but it was really shitty weather. I don't think this was the best opportunity for Josh Allen and this offense to be gunslinging it. So it's going to be a totally different game script, right? Out of those three, I would definitely take a shot on the Bears and Eagles. I like the Eagles here, right? I think the Eagles have a good matchup against the Giants. They just fired their OC, Jason Garrett, so maybe that's a good thing for the Giants offense, but they look pretty shitty against the Bucs, right? They did not look good. Danny Dimes did not look that much improved off the bye week. This whole offense looked pretty sluggish. Saquon Barkley did not look fresh to me. Saquon looked like he was getting outworked by Devontae Booker sometimes, just in terms of, explosiveness. But I also like the Eagles next week against the New York Jets, right? Following this game. So they've got 2 games here where they're a viable play for you. The Bears have the Lions, but Jared Goff might play, like you said, but also they got Swift, man. And I think this Bears defense is going to be good for sure against the Lions. I think they're going to eat. But at the same time, DeAndre Swift can rip off a 70-yard rushing touchdown and hurt that value. So Eagles, baby, that's where you need to go, man.
Yeah, the interesting thing here is last week, we talked about it being the Browns being a solid stream against the Lions with the backup quarterback at play, and the Browns only put up 8 points.
Mm-hmm.
The Bears a little bit better defensively on the season, but I would still agree here. Eagles, Bears, Colts is the order I'd put these guys in.
Yeah.
If you own the Colts, though, you might not want to drop them. You might want to hold on to them because they're a team. They're still they're number 3 on the season. They're pretty up there.
Yeah.
So, and God, they did cause some turnovers last week, but I think you're right. I think it's going to happen against the Bucs.
Yeah.
This Eagles defense, this Eagles team, a little underrated right now.
The Eagles defense in particular is kind of exactly what you're looking for in fantasy, just because, it's not like they totally shut down an opponent or anything, but they create turnovers, right? They do just about everything you need for your fantasy team to do really well. So, and that's all we really give a shit about. You know what I'm saying, baby?
There you go. All right, Jerry. Steven, check out the matchup between John and I. I want to hear your opinions on everything.
I don't think I love Joe.
Jerry doesn't trust me this week. We're on the goat. Bears have Lions. Ronald, yes, with a backup quarterback yet. Goff has a chance to play here, but we'll see what happens. Ronald says, never doubt Goddard, Steven. Matt, also Gronk or Schultz moving forward. I'm going to lean, if it's a healthy Gronk, then we're rolling with Gronk here. But Schultz, in the meantime, should see an uptick in volume with CeeDee Lamb and Martin Cooper out. Otis, what's up, Catch fam? What is up, Otis? Jew, Rodgers, Adams, Eckler, and Swift killed it for me this week. Let's go. Otis, I'm starting Montgomery, Gibson, and Devontae Williams with Damian Harris and Miles Sanders on my bench. Should I switch anything up? Feels bad that I don't have a stud running back anymore. No, I think these are the right guys to start.
Yeah.
Montgomery's going to have a good day. Williams has a great matchup. Gibson gives you the best shot here out of the next 3.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you're looking at your bench and worried about anybody to pop off, this is going to really hurt to say, right? But I was just talking to somebody in the comments about this. Miles Sanders didn't really play well, right, in that Saints game, but he saw 16 carries. Saw some work.
He had a pretty good day.
He's fast as hell. He's very explosive back. Jordan Howard, I thought at times actually did play better than him, but Miles Sanders is going up against a pretty weak Giants D in terms of run D. This could be a situation where Miles Sanders actually does have a touchdown or does kind of have like a welcome back performance. Antonio Gibson going up against Seattle. Yeah, I mean, it's not a terrible play there. Devontae Williams, you're always kind of taking the shot between him and Melvin Gordon. So I think the one guy you would just potentially need to worry about popping off on your bench is a guy like Miles Sanders.
I agree. I mean, he had like over 90 rushing yards and he just didn't find the end zone. But the Saints run D is pretty good too. It's a good point. But once again, Seattle's almost dead last in the league against opposing running backs.
I get it.
You have to start Gibson. As long as he's healthy, that's the only thing that concerns us. Montgomery gets the Lions 30th against position.
Beautiful.
Williams has a great matchup too. But I would say just because he's involved with that 50-50 split, you could consider Sanders here. But keep in mind, Sanders is part of a committee as well.
Yeah.
All right. Ronald, it's like Mad Libs for fantasy football. Yeah. Aaron Reborn, I have Mike Williams and Adams. Still, if I didn't have Adams, I wouldn't have done. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I do think it's a pretty good trade overall. Ron the Goat, if Brown is out, do I plug in Higgins or Elijah Moore? Moore.
Yeah, man, Moore. Hey, Moore surprised me. He looked good. We'll say, though, Joe Flacco down and Mike White down with COVID, I guess. The Texans, who are making the must-start defense video this week, and originally they were just set for a deep team, like 14-plus team league. You might be able to sneak them into your 12-team roster now because who's that guy playing QB now? Is it Josh Johnson? Is that their guy now that's going to be lining up at quarterback?
Dude, he's kind of good.
Now let's chill out with that one. Texans defense is somewhat good on fantasy, man. Over 15 points the past 2 weeks.
Yeah, they have been. Reese, I traded Lamar, Kamara, and Mike Williams for D-Hop, Darrell Henderson, and Kyler. Your thoughts? This is one you could go back and forth on.
Mm-hmm.
D-Hop, when healthy, probably more stable than Mike Williams. When is he healthy, though? I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Kyler and Lamar, you could really make arguments either way here. But I will say this. Moving down the stretch, Kyler has a better schedule. We love Darrell Henderson, but I'm still going to lean Kamara here. So there's ups and downs of both sides of this trade.
The one thing I do worry about with Kyler as opposed to Lamar is I think the Cardinals, as we've seen over the past few weeks, they are being very conservative with not only Kyler and Hopkins, but they're being conservative at large with injuries and just kind of keeping everybody fresh for the playoffs. So could this be a team that we potentially see maybe take the foot off the gas in the last couple weeks of the season? Maybe they say, hey, Kyler, let's cut back your running even more, right? And then on the flip side, you got Lamar Jackson, right? AFC is hot this year. I mean, there's so much competition with the AFC to get in there. AFC North is obviously going to be super competitive towards the backstretch. I think we could see Lamar have a little bit more to play for and giving it a little bit more of a rushing upside as well, which is going to be critical for your fantasy football team. So I'd give a little bit of edge there, but I'll give you this honest opinion. Hopkins over Mike Williams, just in my take, because I'm done with Mike Williams at this point.
Dude, he had a huge game.
I'm done with him. I'm done with him.
Fair enough. I will say he's in the boom bust category.
Yeah.
Ron the Goat. Also, when Hunt comes back off IR, who do I drop? Kirk Cousins, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Devontae Williams, T. Higgins, Elijah Moore, and Gronk. For me, it's got to be T. Higgins here. If you really, really have a good starting quarterback, you can consider dropping Cousins here. If there's enough quarterbacks out there that if something happens, you feel comfortable streaming one of them. But I would lean T. Higgins here.
What are you thinking about Clyde Edwards, huh? What do you think about the performance with his game back? I mean, he got the touchdown.
Look good.
Yeah. I think that's kind of bottom line. They get the bye week, freshen up even more.
I was surprised Williams didn't get more involved, but he looked good.
Very surprising. Clyde Edwards looked like he was actually getting some passing down work as well. Yeah. I didn't expect that. So maybe they are just going to go full tilt into Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And if that's the case, for any fantasy owners who sat on him through the injury and through the poor performance, maybe they're in for an upside play here.
Maybe they're in for a tasty treat, so to quote Steven.
Tasty treat.
Jerry, perfect comment. It's just a Polaroid picture of you, Steven. Nothing weird.
Yeah, nothing weird. Just a tasty treat.
Don't let Steven fool you. He's honored. He's very flattered by this potential prize.
Trust me, I am.
Juke, good evening. What was for dinner? I had tacos.
Yeah, baby.
Steven is probably waiting for Taco Bell tonight.
No, I had beef stew. And I also had about half a thing of brie. Wow. That was good.
I was expecting you to say like crackers or bread.
Well, there were crackers involved for sure. There were a decent amount of Ritz crackers. I'm a big fan of Ritz crackers. So, yeah.
Heard it here first at the catch. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure if you're new and you're listening, then you subscribe down below. You can part of the Catch fam. Steven tell you more tales of endless dinners. All right. Let us know in the chat too what you guys had for dinner. Most important question each and every night. Ron the Goat, Barkley didn't look in football condition. Ronald says give Barkley a chance to get back into the groove, Eagles will be a nice remedy. That's fair enough. I mean, we always talk about that, right? Players first came back. We want to kind of let them ease back into things before we make too many judgments. And the Eagles have an awful run defense. And this is coming from Ronald being an Eagles fan. So, yeah, I think this is a fair analysis.
Yeah. I mean, but with that said, too, I mean, that was a major reason why I benched him in that first week back against the Bucs. I mean, I didn't really know if he was going to be fully suited, but you also know when Barkley comes back, they're going to limit his snaps until he's fully ready to go. Against the Eagles, yeah, good opportunity for him, but I don't think he's going to make as big of an impact to really hurt this Eagles defense or the Eagles' chances of winning this game. And when you're analyzing the defense, I think that's kind of where that's at. But shit, Saquon Barkley is not a bad play here. I think he's going to get even more work. And yeah, like you said, Ronald, that he is going to get in better shape, and just give it a couple weeks. This could be a guy that really makes that massive impact for fantasy football teams if you have them in the playoffs.
So, if I'm not mistaken, the Eagles can still win this division.
I mean, they can. Yeah, I mean, they have to play the Cowboys twice. I think they play the Jets.
So they got the Giants, the Jets, Washington, the Giants, Washington, the Cowboys.
Wow.
So if the Cowboys lose, the Cowboys are up 3 games. I don't know about divisional games, but they have 3 more victories in general.
Yeah.
Technically, the Eagles can take this division. Wouldn't that be something?
I mean, it would be good. It would definitely be pretty wild, needless to say. But I think either way, I kind of like the Eagles' chances of squeaking into the playoffs.
Sure.
I mean, this is a team that's hitting on all cylinders right now. And having Philadelphia, the stadium, the fans, and the playoffs, if they were to potentially get a home game, if they won the division, I mean, that's always a nightmare for the away team. So,
Sure.
but I like to see Philadelphia doing well just because I think the fan base is fun as hell. And Jalen Hurts, man, you and I both, we love Jalen Hurts.
Yeah. Easiest playoff schedule of all quarterbacks.
Yeah.
And he's quarterback 1 on the season.
He's going to crush.
Yeah, just wild. All right, let's see here. Jay, pick 3 to start in full PPR: Zeke, Mixon, Dylan, Chubb, and Montgomery. Wow, what an incredible arrangement of running backs to choose from.
That was my situation.
Man, I mean, I think we both like this matchup for Zeke a lot versus the Raiders. We like this matchup a lot for Montgomery versus the Lions. And how do you sit Nick Chubb? Same time, how do you sit Joe Mixon? AJ Dillon doesn't score a touchdown last week and still has double-digit fantasy points. I'm going to look at the matchups. I'm going to go Zeke, Montgomery, and then I think you have to lean Chubb here as well.
Yeah, I mean, one part of me is saying this though, right? Listen, I think you made the right take, right? I think it probably is Chubb, Montgomery, and Zeke.
Well, you could argue anyway here.
You could, right? And I think I just want to be devil's advocate with my boy AJ Dillon, who did have a good game despite no touchdown. I mean, if you got a touchdown, could have had a 20-point performance and a half PPR, right? One thing though is, what have we seen every football team do against the Rams? What is it? They run the football because you slow up Donald getting to the quarterback, and you also eliminate a guy like Jalen Ramsey, who has been electric dominant at the corner position this year. So if I'm the Packers, I'm handing the ball up to AJ Dillon early and often to beat the shit out of that defense. Just beat him down, tire him out, and then let Aaron Rodgers take what is given to him. It's going to be a big game either way, though. But I do have some excitement for a guy like AJ Dillon. But, I mean, Zeke is like the clear cut. You got to have him in your lineup this week.
Well, I think Montgomery as well.
Yeah, against the Lions.
Yeah. Ronald, Colts have a rough playoff schedule. Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Jay, I want to start Montgomery because he's playing the Lions, but I'm not sure. I would be sure, man. Like, this is probably my must-start running back of the week.
That was a weird game, too, against the Ravens. It's just a really weird game. I mean, obviously, Fields goes down. The offense is totally limited there. We saw the Ravens kind of also really step out of the box and have like the more impressive game than they've had in a while, right? So it was a little bit unorthodox.
Ronald started. Monty is going to run all over them. I agree. I'm trying to
Hell
see.
yeah.
Trying to see who I should bench for Monty. It's tough. I've got Zeke, Mixon, and Dylan with Monty and Chubb on the bench, but I don't know if I should switch anything up. Yeah, you could argue this anyway. I mean, you can. And I think no matter what you do, you're going to have a great lineup overall, is the nice thing here. Time to drop Tennessee defense for Philly. They didn't look good versus Houston, so I don't want to hold them through the bye. I think you can. And the nice thing here is they're coming off of an awful week. They've got the bye week, so your chances of picking them back up on the waivers are probably okay. But Steven looks like he's got something.
No. Yeah, I'm just going to totally. Well, it's funny because, and John, I hate saying this because I know we're playing each other this week, but I'm doing the exact same thing in our personal leagues between John and I. I'm dropping the Tennessee Titans for the Philadelphia Eagles if I'm lucky enough to pick them up. No. Hold on. Let me finish here, big guy. And another thing to support the reason to drop the Titans is, yeah, you're going to have to hold them to the bye week. But, dude, they're playing the New England Patriots this week. Like, that is god awful. Like, you do not want any part of the Patriots right now. They have been steamrolling everyone. That's a Pats game and then a bye week. Yeah, then they play the Jags. But they're going to be on your waivers. I can almost guarantee it that they are going to be on your waivers at that point.
Sure. And I got that wrong. Yeah, they have the Pats, then a bye week.
Yeah.
Also, just for full disclosure, Steven, I do have a waiver in for Philadelphia.
Screw you, dude.
This is nothing to do with what you just told me. I already
had that
waiver.
Yes, it is. You just put it in. You're such a cheater.
No, I will show you.
Literally, you're a cheapskate, bro.
I will show
You're like
you.
Bernie Madoff, dude.
How did I find my waivers? Okay, look, I've got the Bears in there too. Can you see that?
Of course you did. Would you check the video and then just put them all in your damn lineups?
Well, no, actually, but I did see them both on there, and I thought that was funny.
Well, you don't want to start the Browns against the Ravens? I think that's a good start.
Because then I'm rooting against my starting quarterback. Well, we'll see what happens. I don't think it'll really matter. You'll probably beat me anyways. Those are the only waivers I have in right now. I don't know.
Stop doing your little cry me a river, Justin Timberlake. Just take the L like a man.
Hey, I do like me some JT.
Oh, me too.
To the OG JT.
Yeah, bringing sexy back.
Oh wow. Okay. There you guys have it. Ronald, unfortunately, they get Washington twice in the playoff, and Washington Rundy is doing well. They're like 5th or something. So Miles Sanders does not have the playoff schedule he once had. Fair enough. I'll go play Chubb if Hunt doesn't come back off IR. Start Zeke and Mixon. Yeah. Jay, I'm really thinking about trying to trade away Chubb after Hunt comes back. I don't know if I trade Chubb, but you have enough running backs that you could at least consider it if the price is right.
Yeah, I mean, I know you said that it sucks not having a stud running back, but I mean, I would argue that I think you've got a few RBs that are some pretty solid backs in your stable there. But, you know, when Hunt does come back, I mean, Chubb hasn't been like a top back, like top 4, top 5 guy. Like I kind of thought he was going to be on this backstretch. So maybe his value does decrease. And if you can get something good for Chubb, I don't totally hate that idea, right? Because I think you'll always have some guys that you can cycle in and out.
It depends on the rest of your roster as well and what needs you have. But you've got enough starting running backs that you can consider this. But you guys know me, man. I mean, if I can have a team of just starting running backs, I'm good at that too. So.
Yeah, and I get it. But part of the reason why you load up at a position with high demand is when you are getting close to that playoff hunt, it makes sense to start trading those off at peak dollar to some of those fantasy owners who need it bad, right? Because then you can start bolstering out the rest of your roster. You can't take an approach of, oh, I need the depth all the way to the end, right? The closer you get to the championship, that is the less and less you're worried about depth, and more you're worried about a week-to-week starting squad just because the bye weeks are gone. I mean, obviously injuries can always happen, but you need to start cycling in and start honing in on these guys that are going to win your championships.
Sure. Let's see here. Adam, week 12 lineup got Brady, Jonathan Taylor, Cordero Pounder, Stephon Diggs, Deontay Johnson, no tight end. Renfro at the flex. Bucks D. Tyler Boss. Need a tight end for this week. Who? And playoff ideas for my team. I think your team is pretty solid in terms of moving into the playoffs, actually. I'm thinking about picking up Dan Arnold. Adam, let us know what tight ends are available on waivers, and we can go from there, my dude.
Dan Arnold, I don't hate, though, despite having no targets in that game against the Niners.
He has pretty safe floor overall.
Yeah.
Ron asking what tight ends are on waivers, and Dan's the man. Yeah. I knew CH would return to his RB role. That's why I kept him. Good kudos to you, Ron.
Ronald.
Taco Bell run for the toilet. That's right.
Hey, man. I'm like the one fortunate customer of theirs who that isn't an issue for. I know John was talking about how it hits him pretty bad, though.
When?
You were like, dude, so.
Okay. Stover. Should I try to get Ertz and drop Goddard? I have Kittle starting. You could argue for Ertz or Goddard, but I'm going to lean Goddard here, man.
Yeah.
I am. Should I trade Pittman, Henderson, and Connor for Hollywood and Aaron Jones? No. Should I ask for more? Yes, but my quick analysis here is that Pittman, pretty equivalent to Hollywood Brown in terms of production. You're going to want Henderson and Connor more than Jones down the stretch. Mm-hmm. Henderson's got a top 5 playoff schedule, and Connor still leads the league in rushing touchdowns. So I would hold on to those 3. I think that, quite frankly, they're more valuable players.
Yeah.
Blake, do you think I should trade Gaskin? I'm Montgomery, Taylor, and Gibson in full PPR. You can. I
mean, you're trading him kind of at like right off of a good week.
That's true.
He's a landmine player. He's a landmine player. You know, obviously he did well against the Jets. Every running back does well against the Jets, but I don't know. I don't hate that move. I don't really see him as a guy I can rely on.
Yeah, it's probably about the only time you can do it.
Yeah.
And I need to come back on my words, guys. And I just checked this because I wasn't sure if this changed, and it did. James Conner in second in the league with 12 rushing touchdowns. I'm sure everyone can guess who's number 1 now with 13.
JT, baby.
Yeah.
JT.
Derrick Henry still holding strong, number 10. So shout
Nuts.
out to Mixon's number 9. Can you guess who number 4 is? It's not a running back.
For rushing touchdowns?
Yeah.
Sam Darnold?
No.
Remember that?
He's off the list, but last time we checked the list, he was still on there.
Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, Jalen Hurts. And then we've got a 4-way tie with Zeke, Eckler, Harris, Robinson.
Okay.
So there you go. Shout out JT.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see here. Bruisin. Should I trade Judy and Pitts for Pittman and Fearmuth? Yeah, we kind of hit this one earlier. I think it's an upgrade at receiver and a good enough trade-off at tight end that you can consider this. Jerry, in the Catch Family, I put all my eggs in the Bills basket. I think it's screwing me over. We'll see. I think they have time to turn this thing around. I do think that they're a good enough football team.
The Bills and the Chiefs, I find to be so similar in terms of the DNA of what they do. Their quarterback at the helm. They're like quarterbacks that just they want to bomb it almost every play, and the offenses are almost set up to make big plays every play. And we're seeing these defenses just say, no, that's not how you're going to do it against us. You're going to have to dink and dunk it all the way down. You're going to have to drive it on us all the way down. And I think that's what's limiting them. I mean, outside of that, like I can't explain what is going on with the Bills. Like they were on a pace where literally everybody, their place kicker was fantasy worthy. And now it's like, what the hell do we do? Do we cut Emmanuel Sanders? What the hell is Cole Beasley? Stephon Diggs he's still good, but all these players are just kind of a question mark now because the Bills seem to be just plummeting downwards, and they've got the Patriots twice coming up over the next few weeks. I mean, that is scary. That is very scary to me. Sure. Bill Belichick has always done pretty well against Josh Allen in the past, too.
Pats might take that division, man. It's crazy.
It's mac and cheese.
If you're Bill Belichick, it's like, why at this point you got no plans to retire anytime soon? You got your guy?
I don't think he had any. honestly.
Oh, sure. I'm just, yeah.
Yeah.
Should I trade away Chubb now because Hunt might come back this week? I personally want to trade Chubb. Jay, let us know your entire roster. I'd be interested to see where your needs are at. You might be
Yeah.
able to swing another running back here because I still
Yeah.
like Chubb, even if Hunt is there. Ronald, Titans keep letting you down on games that are ranked number 1D, so can't trust them in the playoffs because even in good matchups, they can let you down. I'm done with them. Fair enough.
Yeah, I mean, it was fun to ride them over this last stretch. I mean, outside of that Texans game, they were kind of performing pretty well. I mean, and it was nothing that was going to kill you. And they had some really good performances as well. That Texans game was wild. I don't know how much of it was just the weather. I don't know how much of it was just Ryan Tannehill saying, "Where is my leader, Derrick Henry?" Can't really explain it to you, but that was a horrible game. That was a horrible game. Definitely something I don't think many people baked into their predictions this week.
Tannehill had what, 4 turnovers?
Yeah,
He
4
played
picks.
bad.
4 picks,
He had a fumble too, so 5.
and I know nobody cares about the AFC South or the Colts, but I just want to say, we're looking at what I think 6-5 right now. The Titans just lost. What was that? Their third game down the back stretch of this. I mean, obviously the Colts have a tough schedule, but I mean, this division's not out of the running with the fact that how bad Ryan Tannehill looked, and he didn't look good against the Saints either. Uh, that Saints game was probably one off of a bad ref call. So I don't know, man. I think this Titans team better pick their shit up and start getting their shit together. And maybe figure out that those running backs they have as well are not going to cut it.
Sure. All right, let's see here. John is running a pyramid scheme. What?
You're Bernie Madoff, bro.
Okay, yeah. Ronald, I would trade Gaskin if I could. What happens when Brown gets back, and it's a wild ride without that. Fair enough. Jew, Cam or Kirk for Rogers bye week. I just looked into this for you. Cam is also on bye week in week 13. But luckily for you, Kirk Cousins has the Detroit Lions, so
Woo.
I think you can start Kirk Cousins with confidence
yeah, baby.
there. Blake, the only decent player I have is Darnell Mooney. What trade could I get for Mooney and Gaskins? Juices for those guys, probably some Taco Bell.
Dude, don't be hating on Taco Bell.
I think you could get a pretty decent player here, but you're going to have to strategically look at teams within your league, maybe struggling right now, maybe with a receiver down like a CD Lamb, maybe with a running back down, right? Jew also recommending maybe Miles Sanders. That's fine too. But listen, don't be too down on Mooney, man. He's been pretty productive as of late. So I think you can get a decent wide receiver, low end wide receiver 1, low end RB1, RB2. But it's going to depend on rosters out there and what their needs are.
Yeah, I mean, also you can always try to pitch. A lot of the trade is really just how you're pitching it to your trade offeree, right? And so you can always try to pitch it to whoever you're trading to. Hey, man, take these 2 players. They got really good matchups this week. They don't need to know that the Texans have actually been quietly good fantasy wise over the past couple of weeks. Sneak it to them and say, hey, we'll trade you these guys out of here. We'll get rid of these guys. You take them. And we'll let it ride, baby, and just see if they take it that way. I mean, Mooney's a good player, dude. I really like Mooney in general. I think he's a good player. Mooney man.
Jay, I started Mahomes over Brady in week 10 and lost the week. Now I've started Mahomes over Brady and just won last week. Who would you rather have going forward?
Brady.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
No offense to Mahomes, but Brady. From a fantasy perspective, Brady.
I mean, like if you really broke down the numbers, you take away or you bring those monster weeks from that Mahomes maybe have had all the season. I mean, he's looked very shaky all year in terms of fantasy performance. Just not too sure we're going to get that guy out of him. And unfortunately, you probably drafted him with some serious capital. Another reason why John and I will say definitely stay away from those quarterbacks in the first couple rounds. You just always can get a really good value player late. I mean, shit, you could have gotten a guy like Tom Brady late. You could have gotten a guy like Jalen Hurts late,
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
one of those things.
Elijah Moore or Darnell Mooney. I would say
Gotta go Mooney.
if Justin Fields plays, well, you know what?
I don't think it matters.
Andy Dalton's a formidable backup. The Lions' defense against opposing running backs, not against opposing running backs, against wide receivers and quarterbacks is much, much higher ranked than you would think on the season. But I wouldn't read too much into it. A lot of that just has to do with game scripts. I think I'd lean Mooney here because he should see more volume, right?
16 targets last week.
Yeah. The thing with Moore, as explosive and as good as he is, eventually he's theoretically due for a game where he doesn't have one or two of those explosive plays and does not find the end zone. He's not seeing nearly as much volume overall, right? So I agree. I'd go Mooney, but if you go Moore, I don't hate it either.
Yeah, it's tough.
Chicago.
Oh no, go ahead. I was just gonna say I'd take Andy Dalton or Justin Fields over Josh Johnson. Throw him on the rock.
Sure. We will say, or I'll say, I mean, really Elijah Moore's breakout game came with Johnson at the quarterback position.
That's good. So that's a good little tidbit to add. I will say that.
They do have some good chemistry there. Chicago or Philly defense? I'm going to go Philly over Chicago, in my humble opinion. Yeah. If you end up with Chicago, don't be too upset, though.
No. There's two good plays. Two made the must-start list. I like both these squads.
Yeah. Jerry, serious question. How's my team looking in the catch fam? I'm nervous about the playoff matchups.
You want to take a look, John, real quick? I mean, I can read them out to you. Just you want to break it down?
Either way, I mean, I got it pulled up as well.
Okay, yeah. So, I mean, in terms of quarterbacks, John, you're going to pull out Josh Allen. He's got Matt Stafford. I think this is a week where we're going to probably see Josh Allen have a better game than Matt Stafford. I think this is potentially a bounce back performance for him. And then you've got Zeke there. Again, I like that more than Leonard Fournette for Jerry. Here's the thing, though. I do like Miles Sanders and Cooper Kupp above your Jamar Chase and Josh Jacobs. That's for sure. So you actually don't have another wide receiver or flex in your team right now, Jerry. But I do see that you have Cole Beasley. I don't know if I would love him this week, but we'll see what you do there. Mark Andrews, I do like him as opposed to Mike Gesicki. I think this week, I mean, just looking at it, John, you might have the more favorite squad this week, and I might have to lean in your direction, but you got a lot of Bills leverage there, Jerry. I am noticing that there.
I like Jerry's squad. I just noticed that Jerry started 2 tight ends last week, and they put up almost 40 points together. No, they did put up over 40 points together.
Yeah, Zach Ertz absolutely dominated last week.
Yeah. Jerry's team looked strong last week, but
yeah,
Jimmy G-Strings, his opponent last week, had 171 points.
Yeah.
Gosh, we got some wild teams in the catch family.
Yeah.
Jerry, for my analysis, in terms of like the playoffs, I think your team looks fine, man. I wouldn't be too worried.
Yeah, team looks good. I just think this week, John, I'd probably give the edge to you on this week alone.
We'll see. I'm gonna
lose streak. I will say once he fills those 2 roles, though, I would say the sleeper app would probably say that Jerry's gonna be projected to win. So,
JD, boys need some help. Kirk or Cam, and which horrible running back from Jets or Houston hate bye weeks? If you can get Ty Johnson from the Jets, I actually quite like him this week.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good matchup overall, and I think that the Jets are going to have to utilize the running game quite a bit. Kirk or Cam is interesting. I want to lean Cam versus Miami Dolphins. They're in the bottom 25 against opposing quarterbacks, so I don't hate Kirk. I think that these guys both have nice floors for the week, but Cam probably offers a higher ceiling.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm just playing devil's advocate here, but you always see Kirk play really well whenever they're playing against a competitive team, whenever it's a very competitive game with a relatively high over-under. That's when you see Kirk really show up because his defense can't stop anything like Swiss cheese. So I kind of lean Kirk just in terms of floor play, and I would actually say that the ceiling definitely goes in Cam's favor. So it just kind of depends on what you want. If you need a big play, Cam's going to give you to that on any week because of that rushing touchdown upside.
Adam, Top 5 tight ends are Logan Thomas, Dan Arnold, Cole Kmet, Gerald Everett, and Njoku. I like Arnold as the safest play here.
Yeah.
I would give, we want to see Thomas in a full game back before we swing him into our lineup. Don't get me wrong, Thomas might be a good pickup the way your team is looking, but I don't know if you can start him for sure this week. I think Arnold's a safer play. If there's any way you can swing both of those guys, I think that's fine. If you don't end up with any of those two, Cole Kmet's your next best option.
That's what I was going to say.
Skeptic HD. My running backs are Cook, Barkley, Zeke, Gibson, wide receiver Diggs, Keenan and Allen. Lockett, would you trade Cook for Hill straight up? So that would leave you with Barkley, Zeke, and Gibson. You add Hill to the mix of Diggs, Allen, and Lockett. This is hard to argue against. Wow.
I'll say this.
Yeah.
Let's see here. If we knew this is full PPR, I'd probably lean a little bit more on Hill. I don't know, man. A part of me is really wanting to say Hill here because just imagine those weeks, which it happens quite often, right? That where this happens at the same time, and in the playoffs, if you can get freaking Keenan Allen, Stephon Diggs, and Tyreek Hill going at the same time, I mean, that's a dominant performance in the playoffs. That could win you your game. Tyreek Hill has the most upside out of all these players. Really, the question is, you're giving up some depth at running back. Barkley,
And
maybe
Cook's
he
been
gets
good.
hurt, or Gibson gets hurt.
Yeah.
So, that's why I think, right? I just talked about the depth and how maybe you cycle off depth if you've got a lot. But when I look at your squad, I mean, I see a ton of talent, and you've got 4 backs, so that spells depth. But when you really break it down a little bit further, you see Gibson and you see Barkley, who have had serious injuries in the past. I don't know if it's really smart to get off one of those guys right now.
I agree. And with Zeke being slightly banged up, right? And then Diggs and Allen can get you through on a weekly basis. Like, they've been very good within themselves. So I think I'd stay away from this trade personally. But I'm also very
it's tempting. I mean, it is very tempting.
tempting. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's tempting. All right, guys, make sure you hit that like button if you haven't done so already. Let's try and get as many new viewers to the stream as possible as we approach the 1 hour mark. If you guys are listening in and you are new, make sure you hit that like button, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit that sub button down below. Become part of the Catch fam tonight as well. All right, Blake, my roster is Hurts, Montgomery, Dearness Johnson, Gaskin, Foreman, Jeff Wilson, Taylor, Renfro, Kirk, Mooney, tight end, Gesicki. What trade could I do for Gaskin? This is tough.
A lot of trade questions involving Gaskin.
Man, looking at these receivers, I don't know that I would want you to move on from Mooney. In terms of what can you get for Gaskin straight up, I would try for Miles Sanders.
Yeah.
You're not going to get a crazy amount of value. Him or Devontae Williams, I think, are probably your best options.
Javonte, I love Javonte here. I think that's a good move. And depending on who you're trading for with the Miles Sanders, I think Miles Sanders probably has the higher upside. But Javonte, I feel like the fantasy owner would be more willing to trade off of him.
Sure. All right. Stober, please let me know if I can improve my lineup with the waiver wire. Jackson, Mixon, AJ Dillon, Debo, Justin Jefferson, Kittle, Chase, and Pat's D.
Jeez.
I don't think you can really improve this team off the waiver wire, man.
Holy shit.
This is a great lineup, man. It's a fantastic lineup.
Yeah.
I'm going to say no right off the bat.
Yeah, that's a no.
Jay, Brady, Monty, Zeke, Keenan Allen, Cup, Dylan on the bench, Mahomes, Deontay, Mixon, Chubb, Elijah Moore, and Ingram. Wow. That's another good squad.
Yeah.
Should I trade away Chubb was the question earlier. I still want to do it, man. I still want to do it. I mean, Allen and Cup, they're going to get you through, and you got Deontay there as well. You got more also in terms of depth, and then you can flex in a running back on a weekly basis. This is a good team, man.
Yeah, and like Dylan's going to be gone here for you in a couple weeks. Like Jones is going to be back in action, so I would hang on to Chubb.
Hang on to the Chubster.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Jaden, what's going on, man? Who wins the trade? Saquon and Devonta Smith for Mike Evans? Who?
It's interesting. I'd probably say Saquon and Devontae, though. But man, Mike Williams, as we saw last night, holy shit, dude. This guy he's a beast.
Yeah. Mike Evans. Steven actually said Mike Williams, which is funny because he said he's done with Mike Williams.
Because I was just talking shit about him, yeah.
Yeah. Evans is amazing. Smith has a phenomenal playoff schedule. He's definitely trending in the right direction. The nice thing we're seeing out of Smith now is that Jalen Hurts is starting to feel comfortable with him as a wide receiver one.
Mm-hmm.
I like the depth of Saquon and Smith. George Cook, what's going on, man? I have Russell Wilson and Joe Burrow. Wilson F me over the last 2 weeks. Who are we more confident starting going forward? Burrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go
ahead.
No, yeah. So in the Catch fam, I actually have Russell Wilson and Tua. A little bit of a different situation this week.
Let me backtrack. We talked about this last night. We talked about Russell Wilson in general. Okay. Best matchup of all quarterbacks this week, going up against the Washington football team. If he underperforms in this game,
it's scary.
At that point, we're hitting the panic button. We might be done with Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
I think you give Wilson a chance this week. This matchup is phenomenal. Cam Newton balled out against them in his first full return, first full game he's played all year. But nonetheless, this team is just bad against the quarterback position, no matter what style of quarterback you are. I give Wilson a chance here with a higher ceiling than Burrow. If you're not confident, Burrow still gives you a very safe floor, and he should have a good day as well.
Yeah. I will say this too. I think this is the week where we're going to see Russell Wilson improve, right? I'm still very spooked. Honestly, I'm a little bit pessimistic that he is ready to go this season, but I think this is the week to do it. And like you said, if he doesn't, then you got to drop him. So what anything might happen here is Russell Wilson might pop off and set up a trap game for a lot of fantasy owners who are going to throw him back in the lineup regardless of matchup, and then bang, he's going to be bad because the matchup isn't perfect. It's not a match made in heaven. So I don't know. Like I said, I think Joe Burrow actually has the higher floor here, and then the ceiling is probably Wilson.
Fair enough. Adam, also pick up Bears, D versus Lions, or keep Bucks versus Colts.
Bears.
Hey, this Colts offense doesn't need to throw the football to be scary.
Not even that, dude. I mean, the Colts, before this week, were not one of the easier teams for fantasy defenses to line up against. And that's despite Carson Wentz's struggles. But, they're going to hand the ball off to JT 30 times right at the gut against this Bucks team. Keep Brady off the field. They're going to clock manage this thing. They're going to beat the shit out of this D line up front. I mean, the Bucks have been struggling recently against the run too. So I don't want any part of going up against JT right now.
Adam also coming in. Houston defense versus Jets as well.
See, that's where I pivot to maybe, I don't know. It's so hard for me to say, start the Texans in a 12-team or less, right? I included them in the must-start video list because they got a lot going in their favor. They've been playing great, surprisingly, right? This is a turnover-centric defense. They know how to create turnovers. And they're going up against a banged-up Jets team without quarterback, and also Michael Carter's out. So, you know what? If you can bear it, if you've got the gut for it, you got the courage and confidence, put the Texans in your lineup, honestly. I think if you're just purely chasing matchup and you're looking off of historicals, Texans are looking pretty solid here. But, I mean, obviously the Bears have a good matchup too, and Bears could easily outperform them. So but I think both these plays are going to be good.
Sometimes it just makes sense,
Yeah.
I'm out on Beasley, though. Knox has drained him to irrelevant. Fair enough, Ronald. Jerry, last week was rough for me. Yeah. I don't feel good about Cole, but he's too good to drop. He's definitely in that boomer bust situation. Same with Emmanuel Sanders. Let's see here. He's not too good to bench, says Ronald, and I would drop him if I could, but get one of the high upside youngsters. He's not a must drop or anything. Fair enough.
Totally agree. He's a good guy to have on your bench because there's going to be weeks where the matchups are so horrendous that you need a guy to plug in and play and get 8+ points in a PPR.
Sure. Justin White, I'm wondering whom I should play this week at wide receiver. Pick 2. Evans, Hollywood, Ayuk, Gallup, or more. Whew. Yeah, this is rough. Evans, I don't think you can bench, man. If Lamar plays, I would start Hollywood Brown. This Brown secondary is not good at all. If he doesn't, then it's really a toss-up between Ayuk, Gallup, and more. And I think Lamar's going to play.
Yeah,
he's still listed as questionable, but I think he's good to go. So I'm going to go Evans and Hollywood. I kind of like Gallup this week, though. I kind of like Moore this week. It pains me to say it, but I kind of like Ayuk as well.
Pretty well for me.
But I'm going to lean Evans and Hollywood. They should see the best volume here.
Yeah.
Fearmuth or Fant rest of season. Also, which one do I start this week? Ooh, this is tough. Fant's going to have some really good matchups towards the end of the season. He's going to have some phenomenal playoff matchups as well. So I think he's worth holding on to by all means. Let me double check for you. I don't know off the top of my head. Okay. The Chargers are the 31st ranked team against opposing tight ends. So this is a great matchup for Noah Fant. But keep in mind, in week 10, before the bye week, he had Philadelphia 32nd, and he only had 6 targets for 5 catches, 83 receiving yards.
Dude, that's a pretty good game.
It is.
Like, imagine if he had a touchdown out of that. Like, that's obviously what you're chasing. 2
red zone targets as well. So, obviously, if they connect on one of those, he has a great stat line. So, I do like Fant this week. In terms of our guy, Pat Fearmuth, there he is. Okay. Cincinnati's 15th against the position, so it's much, much more difficult. For example, last week he played the Chargers, right? 7 targets, 4 receptions, 57 receiving yards, and a touchdown. So I'm going to lean Fant here to kind of repeat that same sort of performance.
Yeah, I mean, and let's take away that touchdown at the end of the game for Pat F. This game's looking a whole lot different. You're probably disappointed with them. And again, right, like you're chasing touchdowns with any tight end, but I mean, we're coming off of like a lot of TDs going Pat F's way. There's got to be one game where there's some regression, right? So I just think Noah Fant's got the better matchup. He sees great target volume, very much so utilized in this offense going all the way down the field. I like it here. I like Fant, and that's where I'd probably go.
Rest of season, keep Fant for that playoff schedule, man. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Tough. JD, thanks, guys. Gonna go with Kirk. I have Jefferson on bench and making TY my number 1 priority. There you go. Let's see here. Ronald says to play Hollywood. Fair enough. C. Crip. Pick 2. Gibson, Miles Sanders, D. Harris, Ingram, or Fournette.
I like that abbreviation of Fournette. That's pretty cool.
Steven likes numbers, in case you guys are wondering. I'm going to go Fournette and Gibson here.
Fournette against the Colts D, huh? That strong run D. They've been shutting teams down. They've been shutting teams down, and they're going to incentivize Tom Brady to throw it.
Sanders and Gibson. Go with the NFC East. Yeah.
What about Harris? Just to play devil's advocate, I mean, this is the second question that's come up about Damien Harris going up against the Tennessee Titans. This Patriots team is rolling. Do you have beef with him? Or are you sketch about him? Or is it just that there's more attractive names?
We have beef. It goes way back.
It does? Does it go back to junior high?
I don't hate Harris. I guess I've just kind of written him off. But I think Stevenson's going to be heavily involved for the rest of the season too. So I think that's part of it for me. I like these NFC East backs. You've kind of convinced me, Miles Sanders tonight, going up against that Giants run D. I like Gibson versus Seattle. I do.
Let me ask you. Let me say this though. One last piece on Gibson here. I'm kind of a hater, as well as a hater on Sanders. But
Yeah.
I do think Sanders is the guy to use at least 4. But Gibson's super tied to game script, right? If we're talking about Russell Wilson having a big game potentially against the Washington football team, I would expect the Seahawks to kind of throw up some points on this team. And that's going to be bad for Gibson because that would seem like McKissick's the guy.
Seattle sucks against running backs.
They do.
That's my analysis.
Fine. Yeah.
Saw it here on the catch. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe down below. Seattle sucks against running backs. What would you guys do without us? All right. Ron the GOAT. I don't know if I asked this, but Cowboys, Eagles, Bears, or Titans defense rest of season?
Cowboys
rest of season. Eagles in the meantime. Maybe the Titans come back. Bears if you're desperate.
Mm-hmm.
Jerry, John is lucky that Hill is a bye this week. I am lucky.
Very
I'm not going
lucky.
to deny that. Yeah. I am lucky, Jerry. JD, Damian Harris, or Pollard?
I'll let you take this, John.
What is up with you? You just want to hear what I have to say about Damian Harris?
Well, bro, I mean, like you're totally hating on him. I think it's because he didn't invite you to that after prom party. I mean, I don't know, man. You just weren't invited, dude. Like cool kids only.
Sure. Okay. Listen, you can take a swing on Harris, but I am concerned about Ramondre Stevenson in the mix as well. Okay,
dude.
And Tennessee's been pretty good against the run. Okay. Harris rushed 10 times for 56 yards overall. Stevenson had what? Okay.
Stevenson looks so good. He looks so good every time he touched the ball.
He had 12 carries, and he had about 69 rushing yards. So I think this is going to be a 50-50 type split, okay, for the rest of the season. Because Bill is coming out and he wants to run this football. He wants to take that defensive pressure off of mac and cheese, and it's working, right? Tony Pollard, on the other hand, is always a risky play.
50-50.
Right? He's
not even 50-50.
Like a 60-40, 65-35 split. And if he makes the most of it, he makes the most of it. If he gets it in the red zone, I mean, actually, he only has 1 touchdown on the season.
I think it's Damian Harris. And to me, it's really not close. I mean,
okay.
Obviously, Pollard has upside. I'm starting him in the catch family because my running backs are so thin. But if you're just looking at comparison here, I think this is a game that the Cowboys are going to need to rely on Zeke, who's their best tailback. But also more than that, right? If you're talking about 2 backs that are part of a carousel, I like Harris. I think he's the better back. I think the Patriots are going to be in a better position to run the football. And I think the Pats are also the better team, right? I think there's a ton of touchdown opportunity for Damian Harris. And yeah, I get it. Ramondre Stevenson out-snapped, out-carried Damian Harris in that game coming back against the Falcons. But they didn't really have a real strong desire, in my opinion, to feed Harris, who was just coming off of that injury, right? He barely saw any practice. In fact, I'm not even too sure he did practice once that week. It was very uncharacteristic of Bill Belichick to even let him play because usually Bill likes to have a full week of practice before you can play for him. So, with a full week back and healthy, this could just be a situation where those Patriots running backs are both really good plays every week.
Okay, I agree. Damian Harris over Tony Pollard, it is. All right, let's see here. Rob Boy Trey, what's going on, my guy? Just traded Tyler Lockett for Darrell Henderson, Corey Davis, and Ayuk. That's a good trade. That's a phenomenal trade.
How did that happen?
Always coming out here with a crazy trade each week, my dude. It's a good trade. You won that trade. Yeah. Chase Brown, yo, went from 2-7, now 4-7. Let's go. Slowly making a comeback, and my team is balling right now. Let's
Chase,
go, man.
What did we say, baby? Keep your head high. Keep it grinding. Look at your squad now. Coming out here.
I don't know if we ever said that, but
yeah, we did, man. I remember.
Well, I mean those exact words.
I said it. I mean, it was like a poet. It was like Edgar Allan Poe. I don't know if you're familiar with him. He was I
think I'm more familiar with him than you are.
He was a novelist from the early 1900s.
If you can name 3 poems by Edgar Allan Poe right now,
The Raven.
That's one.
the Stopelford, and third is the Raven Part 2.
It is kind of sad that there's no Raven Part 2. A Dream Within a Dream. Okay. Phenomenal poem.
Okay.
And I made that kind of hard because he's got lots of good short stories while we're at it. Telltale Heart, right? And I can't think of the one that's really bugging
I'm sorry.
me.
Do you know 3?
I just named more than you. The one with the guy who's getting locked inside the guy's building, a wall of bricks, and he's got him trapped in there. Oh my gosh, it's really
Sounds like a
me.
terrible story. It sounds awful.
Well, most of his stories are pretty.
Wasn't there a
macabre.
show with Edgar Allan Poe with like John Cusack or something?
That wouldn't surprise me. There you guys have it. Your literature update here at the Catch. That was impressive, Steven. That was impressive.
That was good.
I do have a book of
dude. Let's not dive deep into that darkness right there.
Good. You guys don't want to talk about? Check out our other channel. It's all about Edgar Allan Poe. We'll be live streaming that right after this one. So, okay, let's get back on track here. Before I grab the Edgar Allan Poe book.
Yeah, start reciting Edgar Allan Poe and preaching for a second one.
All right. Skeptic HD, what's going on, my dude? Should I start Gronk or Schultz this week and more? So who start rest of season? Or would you try and base it off matchup? I'm going to lean Gronk here, but you can make an argument for Schultz in some matchups as well, while Cooper and CeeDee Lamb are out, right? I think he's a good play this week, but at the same time, like, I'm not going to tell you to start someone over Gronk. I think Gronk, rest of the season, if healthy, will get back to that top 5 status that we saw at the beginning of the season. Justin White, who should I start, Gronk or Gooder? Gronk once again. Yeah. Justin, should I run with Ingram if he plays? He can.
Depends on what else you got there.
But I mean, it depends on what else you have. I agree. But I also think of it this way. While the Bills defense just got decimated by Jonathan Taylor, they are still good against the run on the season. And if this was 2 weeks ago, we'd be saying, no, don't start him. He's playing the Bills.
Ingram is not Jonathan Taylor. He's not anywhere close to Jonathan Taylor.
That's true. Mark Hall, any news on Cam Akers' return? Nothing I've seen. No.
Yeah.
Let's see. I just lost my spot. Okay. Chase, thoughts on Pitts this week? Roll with him or pick up someone like Knox?
I think you can go Pitts.
The volume is probably better for Pitts, right? He is the guy. He is the only guy for the Falcons. So if Knox is available, though, you can still consider picking him up, though. Jason, I have Brady, JT, Henderson, Connor, Montgomery, Evans, Pittman, Debo, Pitts, and Bills defense. Also have Miles Sanders, Madison, Stevenson, Ridley. Also have a spot open on my roster. Would you guys recommend any changes, or is my lineup good to go for playoffs? 8-3, by the way. I've won 5 straight. Thanks in advance. Let's go. This team is loaded.
Yeah.
No, you don't need to make any changes here for the week. I like this running back depth on the bench. I like Calvin Ridley floating around. But yeah, go add a player for that open spot, which I'm assuming that you're going to anyways. But this is a solid team, my dude.
Yeah, and I mean, one of those things too. I mean, if you've got that open spot and you've got so much depth and also a ton of really good starts here, is maybe you look ahead for a good defense next week and just get ready for your matchup next week as well, right? Defense that comes to mind being the Eagles again, who get to go up against the Jets, right? Maybe preemptively go out and grab a defense that's going to be a hot commodity potentially, just because you got that extra spot. Start looking ahead.
I'm just not over the Edgar Allan Poe debate there. Okay. JD, kickers rest of the season, Greg the Leg or McManus? I got to let Steven answer this. I don't think I'm allowed to.
I mean, it's got to be Greg the Leg.
I agree, yeah.
I know McManus is like John's favorite kicker because he's a Bronco, and he was really good over the past couple years. But, I mean, he's like ranking 17 right now in the season. He hasn't really been that hot. I evaluated him this week when putting together the must-start list, and I just couldn't put pen to paper. I was like, this guy, he just doesn't have the toes for it. He does not have the toes.
Is that the end of that?
Let's see.
Okay. Let's see here. Should I do A.J. Brown for David Montgomery? Asked Jason. Jason, depends on the rest of your roster, but my gut is telling me
Yeah, I like that deal.
Here's the problem with A.J. Brown, right? Not only against defenses with a good number one corner, but against defenses in general. Who else are you going to game plan for if you're a defensive coordinator? Like Adrian Peterson, Anthony Ferkser, I don't know, right? Marcus Johnson gets hurt. He was showing some light. Now we got Nick Westbrook up. He's not a bad number two, but he's really just benefiting off of A.J. Brown taking all the defensive pressure, right? So A.J. Brown's going to struggle. We talked about this earlier in the week. I'm a little concerned about those of you who own A.J. Brown.
Mm-hmm.
He can always pop off. He only needs one play. He's a wide receiver one. Don't get me wrong. You guys know I'm crazy about Montgomery, okay? So I'm going to leave Montgomery here. Aiden, what's up? What's good, Aiden? Always good to have you out here, my dude. Ronald, I went from 0-4 to 7-4 from 10th to 3rd. Let's go, Ronald.
Let's get it, baby.
Justin, subscribe, boys, on 9-2. Thanks to these guys. Hey, appreciate that shout out. Appreciate that support,
Thank
my dude.
you.
But also, shout out to you, man.
Shout out Edgar Allan Poe, too.
Jerry, I didn't know Steven was a scholar. Ronald, it wasn't John Cusack, but it was called The Following. It was a great show. I haven't seen that. I'll have to check that out.
Wait, I did see The Following. That was a good show, Ronald. Holy crap. Throwback. Who was it? Who was the actor? If you can remember, or if you guys can go look it up. Usually Jerry is the Catch Fam researcher of all popular entertainment. But go ahead and look it up. Let me know who the main actor was in that.
Kevin Bacon.
Kevin Bacon. Okay. John wanted to one-up you guys because it was about Edgar.
What I have realized is that I do have a laptop with me at all times when we do this, and I should probably be able to look up things. Now, it's weird because, side note, we're streaming off of Google Chrome. So if I look up anything through Google Chrome, it can make the stream kind of laggy, or like it doesn't always go through. I don't know. If I look up things through Safari on a different browser, it usually doesn't affect things. So, JD says Poe rules. He does. Legend. Glad to see we have many Edgar Allan Poe fans out here, so you guys can find our second podcast of Edgar Allan Poe recitements. If we started a second channel where we just read an Edgar Allan Poe poem a night, would you guys subscribe? All
right,
Chase,
nightly story.
Some of those stories are pretty long. Chase Brown. Safe to drop Hubbard when I have CMC, or should I just hold him in case? I'd consider holding on to him if it doesn't hurt your record. So,
I don't mind
that. Let's see here. Ronald says, nope, time to keep your own handcuff. Fair enough. They released AP because he was an old ass man. Who saw that coming? Ronald, you were calling this very aggressively. I didn't know they released him.
You were like coming after him. You were like that Social Security ass dude.
Great update. Thank you, Ronald. Mark, should I drop Logan Thomas for Tyler Higbee? I have Kelsey, but he's on a bye. If that's your only tight end, then yeah, make the move and win this week. Yeah. Ronald, actually, James Purefoy was the star. Bacon was the antagonist. Okay, thank you. He was a the cop chasing. Okay. I appreciate that. I just looked it up and I saw Kevin Bacon. I was like, it's Kevin Bacon. I found it out, guys.
That was a really scary show. I remember being like super hooked. I think it was on Fox. It was like one of the only shows I was like really into on Fox. It was like that and American Idol when I was a kid. So that was like nice contrast.
Gosh, I'm just remembering when your mom was, shout out to you, Jane, if you're listening, crazy about American Idol.
Yeah, we were big on that. We were big on that show.
Chris, what's going on, my dude? What's happening, gents? Looking for some advice for my lineup. Need a wide receiver one, a running back, and one flex from this bunch. Got Mike Williams, Claypool, Gallup, Miles Sanders, Melvin Gordon, Ramondre. Cheers, guys. Yeah, appreciate you coming through. Chris, thank you for the question. Let's see here, man. Let's see here. One receiver, one running back, one flex. I like Melvin Gordon this week. I'm just going to put that up there. I like Ramondre Stevenson this week in terms of a running back and a flex because these receivers aren't great. For me, at the receiver position, it's between Mike Williams and Gallup, right? Gallup should see a fair amount of volume. The Cowboys need to win. I can definitely see Gallup finding the end zone once this week. Thursday game. But Williams always presents that boomer bust value as well. If you're not confident in Gallup, then you can consider Williams here as well. But I go probably Gallup. If you don't feel great about it, you can roll with Mike Williams, but just do it with caution. And then in terms of the rest of these players, I like Gordon. I like Ramondre, but you can also consider Miles Sanders versus the Giants as well. All right, Chris, let us know if you need us to continue breaking that down. All right, Chase Brown, it's the league. I'm 4-7. Okay. Oh my gosh, my chat. There we go. C-Dog, well, boys, I lost again, and now I'm on a 4-game losing streak. I'm 5-6 and currently in the playoffs as the last seed. Plenty of time to still hop in there. And hey, guys, all that matters is if you get a ticket to the ship. So don't give up, C-Dog.
Yeah, that is all that matters.
Spoken as someone who gets the last ticket to the ship quite frequently, and myself. John Simmons, any updates on Ridley? Nothing I've seen.
The only thing I saw was that I guess he got pulled off of that like kind of injured reserve type of designation, I guess, or something. So he's like eligible to come back if he wanted to, but that doesn't necessarily mean he's going to. And again, I don't really know unless something breaks that he comes out and says something. I don't really know how you would be able to predict if he plays or not.
Mm-hmm. Ronald, that show was really good. It was Lost meets Death Cult.
Yeah.
Enough. Chase Brown, in the league, I'm 4-7. I picked up Hunt like 3 weeks ago, and he's finally going to come back. Can have a running back trio of Zeke, CMC, and Hunt. I love that. That. Mark, if Aaron Jones plays this week, is he a start?
I don't think he's going to play this week.
They get the bye week next week.
It makes no sense.
I think I'm with Steven. I think he sits through the bye week here. If he does play, don't be scared of the Rams defense. They're not good against opposing running backs.
No, yeah, I don't know. I would say there's a low chance he plays this week. And I'm not just saying that because I have Dylan. I just really don't see why they would play Jones, and he's also pretty banged up. But yeah, once he comes back off that bye week, put him right back in your lineups because he's needed for this offense. It's not even like Dylan can't do it. Like Dylan can definitely do it, but Jones is just such a playmaker for this team. It's like Devontae Adams and then Aaron Jones, right? Those two guys outside of that. And that's what kind of scares me about their Super Bowl opportunity. I just think they need a little bit more firepower.
I mean, yeah, I agree. All right, C-Dog, also Cam or Kirk this week. Also, will Kyler be back this week? Or be back after bye week. Okay. I would roll with Cam here, and then I'd put Kirk and then Tua. I do think that Kyler will be back, but once again, if he's not ready to play, they're not going to start him. Because Colt McCoy's been getting it done, right? They've won 2 of 4 games with Colt McCoy as a starter. They're still the number 1 seed in the entire NFC. So I think they're at a good place, but they want Kyler back.
Yeah, I expect him to play. I mean, he was already coming out and saying that he feels like he's even closer to playing, and that was before this last game. I think off the bye week, that's what really they were waiting for. But I would say, like, let's temper expectations with Kyler. Let's see how he's utilized. I think this offense is going to be different. I do think they're going to hand the ball off a little bit more, make a little bit less of a emphasis on making him create a bunch of plays with his legs. Because, dude, Kyler's injury history, I mean, it's just a little sketchy. I mean, if you're a Cardinals fan, if you're a Cardinals GM or something, because you're talking about a guy who has never stayed healthy for a whole season. It has a body the same size as me. It's just a little scary, right? I could see why they would be incentivized to not let this guy scramble around a ton.
And listen, week 13, they get the Bears. It's a winnable game for a guy like Colt McCoy. Week 14, they get the Rams, and that's a much more important game. So
massive game. That's where they need him.
Yeah, if they do sit him again, he will be back by week 14.
Yeah.
Jerry, I always wait for the streams to run errands. I like keeping you guys in my ear. Hey, we appreciate that feedback, my dude. Ronald Ridley can come back now, but has not. That's the update from yesterday. Okay, appreciate that shout out, Ronald. John, there's a 5-way tie for second in my league, and I'm
Wow.
one of them. Wow, that is crazy.
Competition right there. I love to see it.
Ben, watch that video seriously. It is vintage Baker Mayfield. Ben, you have to let me know what that's in reference to, because I'd like to know. Shout out Baker, who looks really bad.
That was horrible, dude. That was horrible.
He's been
I don't
playing
understand.
bad.
Yeah.
C-Dog, I had to face Eckler, Taylor, and Jefferson this week. Prayer emojis to C-Dog.
Wow.
Let's just say watching all the games made me very depressed. Ever since Henry got hurt, my team fell apart.
Wow.
Yeah, it's rough, man. But don't give up. Don't give up.
Wow.
You never know what can happen. That's the beautiful part of fantasy.
Let's just say you were probably playing some Gary Jules Mad World after that week. You probably had the sad music going. It's a mad world.
That's easily the oddest moment from any stream we've had.
It's a mad world.
Shout out Donnie Darko, phenomenal movie, one of my favorite movies of all time.
Yeah, that was one of your favorite movies.
Mad World, end of the movie. Okay, we don't need to get on another. First, we had Edgar Allan Poe. We don't need to get into Mad World and Donnie Darko tonight. Okay, gosh, Jay Chubb or Henderson going forward now that Hunt will be back. I love both of these players, man. I do. All right, wow. Henderson does have the better playoff schedule, but Chubb's always going to offer a wild ceiling. Like, listen, man, Eckler had a great week. Jonathan Taylor stole this show. There are other backs that had really good weeks. Chubb was one of them, man. Chubb was one of the top 5 backs this past week, and he can have a 20, 25-point game, and people just brush it off, right? Mm-hmm. And yeah, I get that Hunt is coming back, but he played pretty well when Hunt was around. It can be game script dependent, which can be hard to predict as well. But I like both of these guys for sure. Mr. Matt J. Kim, who would you flex, Gallup, Moore, Dillon, or Williams? Wow. I'm a little running back. I lean towards running backs. I'm going to say Dillon, but DJ Moore getting it done last week. He has that connection with our boy Cam.
Yeah, Cam definitely seems to have raised the roof with this guy, man. Maybe DJ Moore is back in the city tonight.
So yeah, I would say DJ Moore, AJ Dillon. Chase Brown, Catch Fam, League 2, easy right now. Chase, you are just destroying things out there, man. You're making Jerry sweat. I know that much.
Yeah,
2 5-1 teams right now, man. Yeah, your team looks phenomenal, Chase. C-Dog, finally back to the question I ask every week. Knox or Fearmuth?
I kind of lean Fearmuth here.
I do too. Yeah. Let's see here. Pittman or Diggs rest of the season? Ronald says Diggs by a lot. I agree. I'm leaning Diggs here as well.
I agree, Ronald. I think you're
we both
right
love
on
Pittman,
there.
Though.
Yeah, we both love Pittman, but I think Ronald's right on the money here. Diggs is, in my opinion, first off, the better player. There's so much upside still to go with this guy. And, man, when he can do it big. I just like him a lot this season.
Jason, Henderson, Montgomery, or Aaron Jones rest of the season? Henderson, Montgomery in the top 5 in terms of playoff strength. So I like both of them a lot. I don't hate Aaron Jones, but I do think on the rest of the season we're going to continue to see a lot of split time between, of course, AJ Dillon and Aaron Jones.
Yeah, I would say Montgomery leads the pack here, and then between Aaron Jones and Henderson, I think it's going to be kind of what offense do you want to be a part of? But Montgomery is definitely the guy here. I think a lot of it is to do with how healthy does Aaron Jones come back, right? If Aaron Jones comes back and he doesn't look 100%, it's kind of clear to me it's Henderson. But sure. I think if Aaron Jones is healthy, I would say Montgomery, Jones, and Henderson.
Sure. Aiden, I need a wide receiver for my flex this week. You guys have any idea who I should pick up off of waivers? Let us know who's available off of waivers. Let us know. Ronald, all caps, I love Donnie Darko. Let's go.
And Gary Jules, Mad World, great song. Ronald, we
Yeah.
love to hear it. We love to hear that you are fans of this, man. Whenever, just a little snippet, a little tangent, whenever you're at like a function or anything and everybody's in a good mood, a happy mood, I'm always the guy in the background who goes, play Mad World by Gary Jules. Just something, just something to really change the scene up a little bit. Just a little something to make things a little bit dark.
There you go. Good good analysis of Steven overall. Jerry, we need a The Catch Christmas album.
That would be good.
Oh, God.
That would be
With
good.
only Steven's vocals, yeah.
We can rival a Justin Bieber Christmas album. For all those fans out there, we can really do it here. We can do a little duet, maybe a rival of a One Direction Christmas album.
I don't even know if Justin
John,
Bieber or
John, you already look like Logic, so that we just put this together. I think we are,
and
well
you
ahead of schedule.
Look like Ellen DeGeneres, and you could give us you could get us all of the donations we need.
Yeah, exactly.
Jay, now that playoff schedules matter, are you concerned about Mixon's? We do need to take a look at Mixon because he is RB4 on the year respectively.
So good, man.
Under the radar, the volume's there. This offense is good. I'm not worried about Mixon for one reason. So week 15, he's got Denver, which is sure top 10, number 7 against the position. Then he's got Baltimore 17th, Kansas City 20th. Here's the reason I'm not concerned, especially against Baltimore and Kansas City. Those are going to be offensive games, right? And this Bengals offense is good now. Like, they can get into the end zone, they can get into the red zone, and when they do, they're going to give Joe Mixon a shot every time they're in the red zone, right?
Yeah. You want to know why I don't give a shit? Because Joe Mixon's amazing. One of the best backs in all of football and has been since he's entered the league. And they give him the ball every damn play, it seems like. I mean, he gets more volume than almost any other back in the NFL. And that's been pretty consistent whenever he's been healthy in his career. I mean, that was one of the reasons why I loved him coming into the season. And those were both the remarks we gave of this guy. Like, we knew Joe Mixon was going to see the touches, right? If he stayed healthy, this was going to be what would happen with him.
Sure.
I love Joe Mixon the rest of the season. It would not surprise me at all if he did get that top 5 finish.
All right, let's see here. Chase, hey fellas. Hey Chase, what's going on, my dude? Chase, Chase Brown, Chase Wilner versus Chase Brown. Shout out Catch Fam. Chase Brown, you don't even know my team off the top of your head, John. Yeah, I got you backwards with Jimmy G strings. I do apologize. But your team does look very good, actually. But yeah, I got you backwards. You have 2 losses. You should have just kept it, man. But you got your team's actually relatively similar to Steven's team. And well, not really. You just have AJ Dillon and Austin Eckler. But Scary Terry proving us wrong versus the Panthers. I mean, Deontay Johnson's been great. You got Cordero, Pounder, and Cheese, of course. Lamar Jackson, Dalton Schultz. So yeah, it's a great team. Nick Folk, not to be underestimated in the Eagles defense.
You cannot underestimate that guy.
And Pittman, Tim Patrick, Renfro. You got an empty spot, man. Go pick up a player, Chase.
Yeah.
But I do apologize for the confusion. Sea-Dog, Steven, don't think I forgot about all the Miles Sanders hate he gave him last week. Call him out.
I saw this for a little bit now. I saw this comment coming. You know what, Sea-Dog? I get it, man. But hey, I'm not afraid to admit when somebody is cooking underneath. He's got the chili cooking. Miles Sanders showed what he can be, right? And that's a talented back. We'll say he did put the ball on the ground 1 or 2 times. That's a little concerning. And we still saw a ton of other backs get the work. So I'm more up on the Eagles running game in general than I am on Miles Sanders. But yeah, man, I'm not going to hate on Sanders. He played well. He did not show a bad performance all in all.
Yeah. Jay, it's not the worst, but it's not great either. Yeah, in regards to Joe, I wouldn't be too concerned here. Chase Wentz or Heineke? I feel like I got to hand this to Steven as a Colts fan.
I mean, yeah, I guess it's really kind of the question of you would maybe say that the Colts would listen. I think the upside for a guy like Wentz, when you look at this Tampa Bay team, you would think, okay, maybe they throw the ball and that's how Wentz gets a value, but that's just not what the Colts need to do to win the game, right? And I think Frank Reich realizes that after that Jonathan Taylor performance. So not too sure if it's going to be a type of game where Wentz is having to throw it a decent amount, which is going to limit his upside. Heineke going up against the Seahawks. I mean, he had a good week last week, right, against the Panthers. So I don't know. I kind of go back and forth on this. I don't love Wentz this week, though. I really don't. And I mean, yeah, the secondary is bad of this Tampa Bay Buccaneers team, but the one thing the Bucs can do is make opportunistic turnovers. So that's typically not been the best sign for Wentz either. So yeah, I'm just kind of steering clear of Wentz. I'd be curious to see if you had any other options available.
I like Heineke more than Wentz as well.
Yeah.
Chase Brown, I'm liking them a lot. Let's go, Chase. Ronald, it's your generation's Freebird. I forgot what it's called, but the song in the party with the trails. Huh, I don't know that one either. Shout out Freebird, though.
Sounds intense.
Let's see here. Chase, I'm starting Barkley, Gibson, Debo, Adams, Patterson. Should I leave Terry on the bench? Yes. As long as Patterson plays, yes. Juke, Barkley, Swift, Jay Williams, Deontay Johnson, Diggs, Gallup, Ayuk, Bateman got a trade offer. Diggs for Montgomery and Hopkins, accept or decline. Looking at your running backs, I would consider this. I love Diggs, man. You've got Deontay Johnson, got some value in Ayuk, Bateman, and Gallup there. If Hopkins comes back healthy, I think this helps you quite a bit. Hopkins healthy is pretty similar overall to Stephon Diggs, actually. Actually, I would argue very similar. It's just the question of when he comes back healthy, fully healthy. But looking at your running backs, right? Yes, we like Devontae Williams, a lot of the matchups he's going to have. Still a 50-50 split with Melvin Gordon. DeAndre Swift, a must start every week. Barkley, just a little bit questionable at times in terms of health. So I think this trade does help you. And I think you can definitely consider this as well.
Yeah.
The nice thing here is if you do this trade this week, you have Gallup as basically a wide receiver 1 this week, right? And then at least if that doesn't happen, you've got Ayuk and Bateman with some upside as well. Chase Brown, Patterson or Pittman for my flex in the Catch Fam League. I'm going to say Patterson if he plays. If he doesn't, Pittman. Pittman's got a good matchup, though.
I do think Pittman's got a good chance to have a pretty solid game here against Tampa. I think he's going to be able to outmuscle those Tampa corners. And I think he's going to see a lot of targets, but I don't know how you can go away from Patterson, so I just hope he does get the start. I hope he does play.
Is Richard Sherman going to play this season?
I don't think so. I think he's like a coach now. Water boy part-time. I think that's what Sherman's doing. I think Sherman just like hustled them for a contract.
Ronald Mixon is a poor man's Najee. Fair enough.
I would want to be a poor man's Najee. That's an amazing accomplishment.
Chase, just realized I get you John week 13, so should be a good one. Absolutely, my dude.
I hope you kick John's ass, Chase.
Probably will. My team's not looking very solid these days. I came out of that draft like so happy with that.
You literally texted me and you were like, dude, Steven.
Okay, this is not true.
I'm so much cooler than everybody. And I was like, John, I get it, man. Like, you're really cool, man. And you were like, dude, I'm better than you in life. And I was like, all right.
Whatever Steven says about me is never true. Josh Allen's really been screwing me over, though.
Yeah.
Anthony, Devonta Smith or Melvin Gordon. I also have Jalen Hurts.
It's a nice stack right there.
I would lean Devonta here. But Melvin Gordon, he's got a good matchup this week as well. I really do like Gordon this week.
I like Gordon in the revenge game, baby.
Yeah.
Going up against the Chargers.
It is a great matchup.
I think it's a good opportunity for him, man. You know they're going to be feeding him. He gets the goal line touches too. Gordon's going to come back hungry. I like this. I like Gordon here. I do like Smith as well. I think him going up against the Giants is good. But Bradbury for the Giants, he is a good corner. And if he lines up, that's a tough matchup. But we saw Smith have a pretty good game against Marshawn Lattimore in the Saints as well.
Sure. Ronald, Miles Sanders always finds a way to give you 7 points in half PPR like almost every single week.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Coming from an Eagles fan as well.
Yeah.
Ronald, Wentz is a turnover machine, to say the least. It's a song that starts like do da do da
do da do do da da.
Please don't encourage Steven to sing, guys. They also play "Sound of Silence," which is a great song.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's what I want to play at my wedding for the opening song, "The Sound of Silence." Yeah, that'll be
there you have it. Chase Brown, Stevenson, or Damian Harris this week? This is a great question.
That's a beautiful question.
I think I'm leaning Stevenson here, but it's really anyone's guess. The split was pretty equal last week.
Yeah,
Stevenson's looked more explosive as of late.
Yeah, I mean, I think when you look at this backfield, maybe you go into that Atlanta game and think that was going to give you a little bit more clarification about who was going to be the Patriots RB1. I don't think it did, right? Even though Stevenson had the better performance and more carries, I think if anything, this is going to be the week that shows you who's the RB you can rely on. John, I don't know how you feel about that, but this would be the game where I think you're going to have the answer going forward. But both these guys could have a big week this week against Tennessee.
I mean, I think that's a fair analysis.
Yeah.
It's going to come down to who scores a touchdown.
It is. I will say part of me is leaning Harris, though. I just like him more right now. But and I do think Bill really loves this guy. I think he really loves Harris, and he knows he's got Stevenson long term as well. But shit,
Bill doesn't love anyone.
He doesn't. He doesn't love anyone other
Not
than
even
Mac
his
and
own
cheese.
son. Have you seen that man?
Dude, of course I've seen him, man. He's a beast, bro.
Yeah, he does not look like a man he's been loved his whole life.
No. He does not.
Jerry John is a pretty cool guy. Hey, appreciate that, Jerry.
Yeah, he is a cool guy.
Wow, that's the nicest thing Steven's ever said to me. C-Dog, next time y'all play Madden, Steven should have to use Miles Sanders. We can set that up, I think. You guys have to decide who I have to play it with, though, so it's fair.
Yeah.
Steven, we cannot remember our record as well.
I think I want to say we're tied now because you made me use Mike White when I was winning with Zach Wilson.
6-6, right?
Yeah, I want to say we're 6-6 now.
Okay. We'll play tomorrow.
Yeah.
If not, are you coming on Thursday night?
I'm not sure. I know it's Thanksgiving.
Wow. Oh, it is Thanksgiving. Never mind.
Wow, you piece of shit.
We might have a late. We'll have a. I'm only going to do a late night stream Thursday. Yeah.
Okay.
So I forgot about.
What are you doing Thursday? Are you doing like some food and stuff? Are you going to eat?
Yes.
What's the number one food you're looking forward to?
Just the sides.
Nice. Classic.
Mac and cheese,
mashed
potatoes.
So you're not like Matthew Judon, dude. Can you believe Matthew Judon said he doesn't like mac and cheese? What a wacko!
Some people don't like the sides, man.
Yeah, Jerry doesn't like. Jerry said that he had to agree with him. I love me some mac and cheese, man.
Sweet potato casserole.
That sounds good right now.
Jerry basically called me a communist for eating green bean casserole.
Dude, I had some really good green bean casserole recently.
Don't trip on green bean casserole, man. It's for real.
Oh, it is.
All right. Okay, I lost my spot here. Chase rolling with Heineke. I'm actually putting him in over Russell.
Don't hate that play.
I don't hate that play. Russell could have a good week though. Ronald says Harris. That's fair enough. Chase Brown, team struggling without Kamara, AB, Cooper, and Ridley. I'm still 5-6 though. I'm close. Just need solid plays right now. All right, let us know what you need, my dude. Lamero, what's going on, man? Tyrod or Jimmy G for a quarterback stream, or maybe a better streaming QB option you all feel is better than Tyrod or Jimmy. Let us know who else is available. We can go from there. But I would say between those two, I'm still going to lean Jimmy G, but like
balling out recently, bro.
Well, he only had 15 points against Jacksonville.
That's pretty good. I mean, 15 points is a streaming candidate. I mean, it's not bad. I mean, it's not crazy, but they also were able to kind of let the foot off the gas a little bit because they were up so much. And Jeff Wilson dropped that touchdown in the end zone. Well, it was a little overthrown.
It was overthrown.
Yeah. So that was a little bit his fault, but easily that could have turned into another touchdown. I think this Vikings 49ers game is going to be a hell of a lot more competitive, potentially more high score. Well, I would say more high scoring as well. So I think Jimmy G is going to see a little bit more passing volume.
Yeah. Let us know who else is available, though. Of course, Lamero. All right. Mr. Matt J. Kim in the building. I'm a nice guy. What is the best way to cock block my other league mates with my extra bench spot? Do I pick up a quarterback or defense? generally a defense is the move here. Towards the end of the season, defense.
Yeah.
Ronald, mac and cheese for life. Let's go.
Hell yeah.
Jerry, it's just cheese and noodles. Hey.
All right,
I
Matthew.
like cheese and noodles, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's see here. Jerry, you're having a Thanksgiving stream. I'm going to show Wasted to the chat. Yeah, I'll probably hop on a little bit late night, Thursday night. I took Friday off, so I should be good to go Thursday night. And then I'm going to be chilling Friday, man. I'm going to do a Madden stream during the day too. So, keep posted, man. Keep posted. And yeah, show up Wasted, Jerry. If you're lucky, if you guys are lucky, we'll be close enough to 500 subscribers and I can have a drink on the stream.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Let's see here. Lamero, I was going Jimmy because I have Debo. Okay, I like that. I like that idea. If there's anyone else out there that you think is worthy, then I think that's fine. Or at least let us know. But if not, yeah, I think Jimmy G is fine.
Debo's
I like the combo between Jimmy G and Debo there. All right, let's see here. Ronald. Yeah. Cheese good. Noodles good. Mac and cheese good. Fair analysis.
That's a perfect analysis. Probably the best analysis anybody has put in the chat today.
Yeah. All right, let's see here. Chase Brown team is Hurts, Gibson, Stevenson, Bateman, Beasley, Waller, Judy, Miami, Tucker, Kamara, Cooper, Damian, AB, McKissick, Dearness, Wilson Jr., and Ridley. Waivers or pick up Elijah Moore, drop Dearness, pick up Ayuk, drop Wilson Jr., pick up David Johnson, and drop Beasley. Who should I start and sit? Okay, I'd roll with Hurts, Gibson, Stevenson, unless Kamara plays. If Kamara plays, then obviously you're playing Kamara over Stevenson. In terms of wide receivers, that hurts without Cooper. If AB plays, you're playing him. Cooper's not going to play. Ooh, that is hurting you at the receiver position. Moore and Bateman here if you get more. Keeping Waller in, of course. In terms of the flex position, Ayuk if you get him. Yeah. CA Oxide. Who do I bench out of Zach Wilson, Dalton, and Derek Carr? Zach Wilson?
Yeah, I mean, I would say this. CA Oxide, by the way, really cool name. I think Zach Wilson's like relatively cuttable. Probably the same for Andy Dalton. Would you agree?
Yeah, is this a super flex league? Is what I'm wondering.
That is a good detail there.
Because if you're having to bench more than listen, I think Derek Carr is actually probably the safest play here. If you're going to play one, if you need to play two, it's Dalton and Derek Carr.
Yeah.
All right, let's see here. Trade Zeke for Keenan Allen as Decon. It depends on the rest of your roster, but it is a fair trade. Guys, make sure you hit that like button if you haven't done so already. Make sure if you're new to the stream, new to the channel, you hit that sub button down below and become part of the Catch fam tonight. And let's keep on rolling, guys.
Hey, John, did we answer Mr. Let's see who it is. It's the question about Tony. Oh, yeah, Kobe Cope.
Do I start Tony Jones or Alex Collins?
It's a messy one, right? Obviously, I own Alex Collins. He's been really disgusting over these past couple weeks. We're starting to see these other running backs start to emerge here. Penny, Homer. It's almost like a 3-back carousel that nobody really wants a part of. I will say you probably got a higher upside with Collins that he's going to fall into the end zone because let's say Ingram is the guy and Kamara plays, then Tony Jones has no upside at all. But more than likely, I'm just not really too in love with it. I do think Tony Jones is a good player, but I don't know. I probably lean Alex Collins, but I would definitely want to look at other options. I don't know if there's any other options on your waivers that are also good. If so, let us know.
Sure. There you have it. Ronald, do not pick up David Johnson. I will say this much. I don't like it either, but Philip Lindsay got released today. So there might finally be an RB1 on the Texans, but I don't.
Does that matter? You got Rex Burkhead, bro.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Burkhead is coming up, so I guess we don't. But I will say Lindsey got cut today, which is interesting.
I will say this. I would have never expected that David Johnson was the guy to survive.
I actually thought it would be Lindsey in the end.
Yeah.
Or Ingram not being traded.
Yeah.
Jerry, is there any way that I can just get the mac? Yeah, it's just macaroni. Put whatever you want on it, my dude. I'd rather have Wilson, says Ronald. I don't hate that for now. Yeah. Chase Brown, I can pick up Bears or Eagles defense to Miami. I'd lean the Eagles for the week or the Bears. Yeah, I think they're both better than Miami this week.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Oxided is a super flex. Wilson is the one he benched there. Let's see. Ronald says Tony over Alex Collins. We've seen Collins. He's good for 5 points. Fair enough.
That literally is all he's good for. It's kind of disappointing too because he was seeing so many carries at first. I thought he was going to be I thought his floor was going to be like 8 to 9 points, which can get you by in some weeks, but
sure. 5
or lower is just absolutely repulsive.
Sure. I have Eagles in 2 leagues, so I'm leaning Bears, says Chase. That's fine too if you want to diversify a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't mind that.
Yeah. Kobe Kolb says, okay. Yeah, appreciate that question, Kobe. Let us know if you need anything else on the night. Ronald, Tony Jones, play Collins. Sorry, thought New York. Tony, I don't care. Elbows.
Yeah.
XX Lex, what's going on, my dude? Yo, hope Yo, guys, hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well as well, my guy. Always good to have you here. Let's see here. Oh, let's bomb the chat. Look at that. 2-hour mark coming up, and we are actually at the bottom of the chat. Dude, these 2 hours just like
they fly.
They feel like less than 10 minutes.
They fly. They do.
Yeah, it's crazy.
They do.
It really is. On the road to 500 subs, guys. You guys have been phenomenal as of late. Appreciate your guys' support. Appreciate you guys dropping the like button on all the videos, man, all the weekly uploads. Appreciate you guys coming out to the streams, just showing continuous support, being willing to put your fantasy teams in our hands for better or worse, but yeah, just appreciate you guys. Love this channel, man. Love the subscriber base. Love this community. Got so much more room to grow. It's just crazy, man, that we're at this point. And gosh, we always say this, but I wasn't sure if we ever going to reach 5 subs. So the fact that we might hit 500 is amazing. So shout out to you guys. Shout out to the Catch fam. Like I've said it before, man. Yes, Steven and I, are the Catch, right, so to speak. But really, the Catch fam, the Catch as a channel is made by you guys. We wouldn't be here without you guys. So kudos to you guys. Appreciate you guys.
Yeah, I mean, and obviously, like, I want to say, for all y'all that do come out to the, streams and you're participating, you're out there, you're kind of throwing out those questions, you're answering each other's questions, you're building that community. You guys are that is the mission, right? You guys are doing exactly what we wanted. We wanted to build like a group of people who just can come together and talk about things that we're all interested in. And shit, yeah, sometimes we can talk about Edgar Allan Poe, or we can talk about Gary Jules' Mad World, right? That's what we wanted to, kind of bring together. It's just a place where everybody can have a good time and be happy. I mean, we've had wild time over these past couple of years, right? And so this is a place that I want you guys to come out, de-stress, break away from all the bad stuff, and just talk about what is awesome, which is football. And yeah, man, it's been a wild ride. I really appreciate all y'all. That's for sure.
Of course. All right, Steven, are you signing out for the night?
I'm going to sign off. Yeah, but I just wanted to give a shout out to everybody again. Just thank y'all. I love y'all. And we are on the road to 500. We got the kicker video, ladies and gentlemen, dropping tomorrow. So make sure you take a look at that. That's going to be a good one. I'm excited to head into the wide receivers and quarterbacks the rest of this week as well, too.
Of course. Yeah, guys, make sure you check Steven's must-start defenses of the week. Must-start kickers dropping after tonight's stream as well. Go drop a like, go drop a comment for Steven, even if it's making fun of him.
Yeah.
technically it helps. So
yeah.
Steven, we appreciate you. We'll see you tomorrow, 8 p.m. sharp. Thanks for your help tonight, Mike.
Yeah, absolutely, man. You do you, man. Maybe grow some hair at some point, right?
Always an awkward sign off for Steven.
Hey, and enjoy crying at night, getting ready for our fantasy matchup.
I am very worried about this fantasy matchup.
Yeah, you better be.
Very, very worried.
I hope my team unloads on you this week.
I mean, I'm not going to be surprised if they do. So, be careful, man. You never know.
Yeah.
I mean, I have beaten you already this year, so you never know, man.
I know.
So,
all right,
I'm going to stick around for a couple minutes, answer some of these final questions, play a game of Madden. Steven, we'll see you tomorrow. Peace out, my guy.
See you guys. Love you.
All right, let me get caught back up here. I'm going to get Madden up on the screen for you guys. We actually won 2 games of Madden last night, and that series is still up and running for the team we drafted. So we're going to roll into that, and I'm going to continue to answer your guys' fantasy questions. All right, let me reposition just a tad bit here. We'll chill for about another half hour or so. So let me know what you guys need. Jerry, I've been in traffic for 2 hours. Road to 500 is close. Be safe driving, Jerry, and appreciate that shout out as well. Mr. Magic Kim, would you start M. Houston or Moore? Okay, Brown or Moore. I like both these guys this week. I mean, neither of these secondaries are very good overall. So I like both of these guys this week. I think I'd lean Hollywood Brown, though, as long as Lamar plays, right? And I think he will play. Christian, who should I start? Dak with no CD and Amari or Stafford? I'm going to go Dak. It's a better matchup overall. The Cowboys are in desperate need of a win. Not to say that the Rams aren't, but it's a better matchup. Green Bay's defense has been very, very good on the season. So I'm going to lean actually Dak Prescott here. Christian, who do I start between Gronk and Kyle Pitts this week? I'm going to go with Gronk here. Yeah, I'm going to go with Gronk. Jerry, I can drive with my knees. Just kidding. Hey, there you go. Ronald, we can talk about how it's borderline insane to not like mac and cheese. Fair enough. Christian, should I panic on DK and Montgomery? I would say no. I would say no here. Yeah, I'm not going to panic on either of those guys. All right, let's see if we can't get a... there we go. There's our game of Madden. All right, we'll play this game of Madden to top things off for the night. So yeah, week 12, a good start to the week, man. Great stream tonight. Lots of great fantasy Q&A tonight, man. Got a lot to look forward to this week. Got a lot to get into this week. All right. Wow, that team is looking scary. Is this my team? Yeah, we got Myles Garrett. Let's go. Look at that Pizza Hut. Oh, yeah. Shout out Pizza Hut. All right, we're starting with the ball. We got to try and drain the clock. Ronald is getting down to the wire. Yeah. These are important weeks in fantasy. These are important weeks in fantasy for sure. This is the best we've done in a draft series so far. 2 wins. It's kind of sad. All right. I have to remember that I scored like 8 touchdowns with my fullback last night. Emmy, what's going on? Brandon Ayuk, T. Higgins, Terry McLaurin, Rashad Bateman, Jeff Wilson Jr. Pick 2 wide receivers and a flex. I'm definitely going Ayuk, McLaurin, Bateman here, but you can consider Jeff Wilson Jr. as well. Oh my gosh, did you guys see this play? Wow. Ayuk, McLaurin, Bateman, I think are the best plays here. You can consider Jeff Wilson. I don't think Eli Mitchell's going to play those. So I think I'm going to go Really not. If Mitchell's back, you can't play Wilson. Yeah, exactly. I don't know if we're going to see him play, though. Oh, well, come on, Thielen. He was pretty bad last 2 games. He did not end up finding the end zone at all. So that's true. I think you go with the receivers there. Yeah, I think I like those receivers overall. So Ayuk, McLaurin, Bateman. Man, I kind of hate how it's so easy to whoa, look at that. Whew. Jerry, would you consider staying away from the Seahawks next season? Yes. Wow, is this guy really going to quit? Oh my gosh, guys. Oh my gosh. This means that if we win this next game, we win our first series. So much on the line. Oh goodness. We over not trusting Terry now? Yeah, I am. Well, in this circumstance, I think, yes, you trust that volume, right? But yeah, I mean, listen, he played great against Stephon Gilmore, right? T. Higgins was disappointing against the Raiders. Absolutely. Mr. Matt J. Kim, I finally dropped Allen Robinson last week. I feel like a new man. Yeah, it's time to move on from Robinson. It is. All right. Oh, we got 1 loss remaining. So does our opponent, I think. I never got off the Terry train. Yeah, good. Stay that way. He does have some tough matchups, but maybe it doesn't matter. The volume's going to be there. Mr. Curly Wolf, you opposed to Fournette, Sanders, and Amari for JT? No, I'm not. Well, it depends on what side you're on. If you're getting Jonathan Taylor, no. If you're trading away Jonathan Taylor, yes. It's a good trade for Jonathan Taylor. Let me know which side you're on, though. If you're getting that for Jonathan Taylor, no, says Ronald. Yeah, that's what I'm curious about. Which side are you on there? Emmy, Scary Terry, Ayuk, and Bateman. Yes. That's where I lean there. Sending. Okay, yeah. Yeah, if you're sending those 3 for JT, then that's a great trade. I would do that all day long, for sure. Oh my gosh, this guy's starting with an onside kick. For real. Whoa, that was close. Getting JT, I'd have Mixon, JT, and Saquon F wideouts. Fair enough, man. I can't hate on it. I like it. Ronald, yeah, run before he retracts it. Yeah, I agree. Man, I can't believe this guy really had the balls to do an onside kick on his first play. Good tackle there. Emmy, Bears or Eagles defense this week? Both are fine starts, but I'm going to lean the Eagles over the Bears. And if you end up with the Bears, it's a fine start as well. But yeah, Eagles defense, I think, is going to have a very good week. Whoa, I did not want to throw the ball away. Oh my gosh. Ronald says Bears for me. Yeah, I think they're both going to have good weeks. Gosh, I hate when I'm trying to like hit stick and truck so I don't fumble as a quarterback, and it throws the ball away. Whoa, what was that? What was that route, Darren Waller? Nah, we're going for it. This is a punt if I don't get it. Eagles are close. I'm not a homer. Hey, there you go, Ronald. Nothing wrong with that. All right, I'm going to try and get this back to Waller. Oh, he knows what I'm trying to do. He knows. Or does he? Let's go, Sutton. Let's go. Yo, I really like this squad, man. I mean, I don't want to talk too early. We're nowhere near a dub, but I like this squad. Jerry, well, good thing I didn't wait until later to run my errand. It took the length of the stream. Yeah, where'd you end up going, my dude, if you're in traffic for 2 hours for an errand? But yeah, I'm glad, man. You had the stream to keep you company. Oh, man, this guy's okay against the run. He's okay against the run. That's going to be an issue. Until we get to the goal line and I can start my we literally had like 8 touchdowns with our fullback last night, which was incredible. Oh. All right, we just got to get to like the 1 or 2 yard line, then we're just handing it off. Oh, crap, I just called the fullback dive. We can't give that away. We can't give this away. I'm going to try and dump this off. Oh, I should have, and I didn't. Oh, fumble. Oh, God, I was scared he got the ball. Man, he's hip to Jay Herbert rolling out to the left, man. See, look, I'm going to call an audible to Darren Waller, and it gives it away right away. Ooh, I had B. Oh, I had B wide open all that play. What was I doing, bro? Oh, I had him dead. Oh, gosh, man. Ronald, it's hip to be square. Fair enough. Fair enough. All right, I got to think of Thielen on this play, too. He might be open. Let's go, Waller. Ooh, I was scared that wasn't a touchdown. I had a 40-minute drive to the city. I wanted to stop by a record store to pick up a cassette for my friend's Christmas gift. Hey, shout out to you, man. Look at you, Jerry, spreading some Christmas cheer. All right, guys, we had phenomenal fantasy Q&A. Make sure you guys, if you have any other questions on the night, get anything else out that you guys need to. Like I said, we'll end the stream after this game of Madden. But yeah, phenomenal 2 hours of fantasy Q&A. And just kind of topping things off with the game of Madden here. With the firing of Jason Garrett, do you think the Giants will be better off with Freddie Kitchens? I mean, I'm not going to be surprised if they are. You know, yeah, they probably will be. They probably will be. But they're not going to be too great. They have bigger problems either way. Wow, this guy's a good team. I mean, just the fact that he has Alvin Kamara and Lamar Jackson is not good. Okay. Yeah, this is going to be a hard team to defend. Yep. I got to be able to cause a turnover, though. Yeah, this guy's he's going to mess with us a bit, man. I'm just going to have to use Myles Garrett as like a spy. Yeah. He can literally just run it with Kamara or Jackson every play. And he's going to go no huddle. Yeah, this is some baloney. I just got to cause a turnover. Okay, he's got A.J. Brown. I think he's got Devontae Adams, too. This is not a fun team to defend. Oh, what? I thought that was going to be a pick, man. He likes to go no huddle, too. He obviously liked us in the nickel formation there. I'm just going to blitz, man. No, I can't blitz. I can't. Too many receivers out here. Oh, man, this is going to be ugly. He's really going to go no huddle all game. What? Gosh, Kamara is so good in this game, man. Good score there. Good score. Dude, we got to keep the ball out of this man's hands. Ooh, I should have got roughing the kicker there. All right, guys, make sure you hit the like button if you haven't done so already. Make sure if you're new and listening in that you subscribe down below. And, yeah, we'll kind of just keep cooling. Oh, my gosh, this guy's going for another onside kick. Whoa. Okay, you got the flag. It didn't go past. Okay. Okay, so I get the... Okay, I just want to make sure I did that right. Dude, this guy's an onside kicker, too. He doesn't know about my fullback, my secret weapon. That's right. Whoa, Miles Sanders, what are you doing? Oh, my gosh. Miles Sanders with the stiff... Oh, with the juke. Dude, this Miles Sanders card is, like, surprisingly amazing. Jerry had an older card, only a cassette player. Hey, I like cassettes, man. That's what's up. Miles Sanders with the tough run here. Why is Justin Herbert tired? Where did that come from? All right, he's going to float on Waller, which is fine. Ooh, I should have thrown. Oh, my gosh, I had B wide open. Let's go, Justin Herbert. Dude, my team is cooking right now. You skipped over Emmy. No, we got to that. With the firing of Jason Garrett, do you think the Giants will be better off with Freddie Kitchens? Yeah, I think they will be. Yeah, we got to that one. But it's just not, there's not a whole lot of room for improvement, right? I don't think they're going to be that great. Jerry, I got the Charlie Brown Christmas soundtrack. Dude, great soundtrack. Great soundtrack. Mooney, Ayuk, Gallup, or Waddle? That's tough. I'm going to go Mooney. I'm going to go Mooney here. But you could argue for all those guys. I'll go Mooney against the Lions, though. As long as Justin Fields plays. Well, no, I don't mind him with Andy Dalton as well. I don't mind that call as well. But you could argue for all these guys. I think Gallup will have a pretty good game, too. Waddle, you could argue for as well. But he's going to have Stephon Gilmore on him all day, so I think I lean Mooney here. Ayuk a little bit too boomer bust for my liking. Ronald, where was I? Weird. I'm not sure, my dude, but no worries. Jason, trade Montgomery for Diggs. Depends on your whole roster that you got going there. But you can definitely consider this move. Man, I got to cause a turnover because he's going to get the ball after half. I'm just going to blitz. I'm just going to blitz repetitively and force him to throw. Wow, that was totally pass interference on me. Dylan, a start versus the Rams. Yeah, he'll see the volume that you need there. Absolutely. Whoa, okay, good play. Good play. Rams, I mean, don't be afraid of their run D. They're not very good. So, yeah. Does Eli beat all of them? Eli Mitchell? Oh, wow, I messed that play up. KA9, what's up? What's good, my dude? Always good to have you out here, my guy. Only Monty is your RB4, 3 or higher. Yeah, I agree with that sentiment as well. Oh, man, I called the wrong play here. I messed that up. I probably should have used some timeouts here, but oh well. Oh well. Good stop. Good stop. Mitchell, yes, if he plays. Yes, due to volume alone, yes. But you might miss out on Mooney because he plays on Thursday, and you'll miss out on Gallup as well. He also plays on Thursday, so it's tough. But yeah, I mean, Mitchell, if he plays, I'm not. He's been on a roll. I'm not going to tell you no there. Not even close. Oh, he tried to do the fullback. He did do the fullback dive on us. He did. Man, he doesn't know what he's in for. This is tough. I'm going to have to stop this team. This team is kind of hard to stop right now. Derek, what's good, my guy? I'm back, bro. Ready to get a win this week. Lost by 1 point last week thanks to Mike Williams. New week this week. Let's go, Derek. Let's go. Great outlook, man. Ronald, I like Mooney and Gallup. Yeah, I do too. James, so you think I can use Ers as a flex? I'm assuming that's Ertz. You can to some degree, yeah, if you really need to. Whoa, whoa. Adam Thielen. Adam Thielen. Adam Thielen. Let's go. Let's go. Would we get Steven on for the 500 sub stream? It depends on the day, but I'll make him make an appearance. Oh my gosh. Did you guys just see that? Yo, this game of Madden is crazy. Crazy, bro. Jason, Evans, and Henderson for Diggs and Eli. I'm going to lean Evans and Henderson. I like that side more. Ronald, I would not flex a tight end. I know you wouldn't. I know you wouldn't. Starting Mooney and Elijah Moore this week. Had them on bench last week. Remember? Yeah, I do. I do. Also starting Stafford over Dak this week with no weapons. Yeah, I mean, I do think that the Packers defense is pretty good. They gave up a lot of points to Minnesota, though, and this should be a similar game script. So I don't hate that. I think Dak is going to Dak, brother. I do think that Dak is potentially in for one of those game scripts where he has a pretty good game overall. All right, I got to stop this guy. I got to, man. This is a tough team to defend. Ronald is sleeping on the 2 to 3 tight end play. Shout out to tight ends, man. Shout out tight ends. Ronald, I'm playing Dak. I like this matchup for Dak, but I don't mind Stafford here as well. All right. I have a feeling this guy will go for it on 4th down. So let's try and make 2 stops here. I think Dak has a good game. You think Dak has a good game with no Amari or Lamb? They do. I think they have a good enough weapons there against a not so great Raiders defense that something can happen here. Yeah. Let's go. Oh my gosh, Jair Alexander, how do you drop that pick, my dude? He's going to go for it. There's no way. There's no way he doesn't go for it. Okay, big nickel worked really well. Let's call that again. Oh, this feels so intense. He's going to get this, man. I'm so mad at Jair Alexander right now. Could have put the game away. I'm just following Lamar. No, get out of here. Get out of here. Let's go, baby. Okay, we could not turn the football over. Ronald, we have seen both of the Dallas backups have good games separate, and he has Gallup and Schultz. I think Dak will be fine and maybe run a little bit too. Fair enough. What's up with Patterson this week? I see no news on him this week. Yeah, I haven't seen anything either, my guy, unfortunately. Dude, Miles Sanders, let's go. Jason Evans or Diggs rest of season. I like both of these guys a lot. I really do. You can argue this either way, man. Whew. It's a tough one. Oh my gosh, he left this wide open. Let's go, baby. Dude, I'm going to regret it. I danced twice on this, man. I'm going to regret it. Oh, man. He's not going to be happy with that. If he scores once, he's right back in this game, and he's been scoring a lot. And Septimus, what's up, my man? What's going on, my guy? Sit one full PPR, Dylan, Henderson, Chubb. Wow. That's tough, man. You got to go Chubb and D10Ds here. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love Dylan, too. I love all these backs. No matter who you start or sit, you're going to have a good lineup overall, man. Ronald says Evans straight up for Diggs. There you go. At Inceptivus, Dylan for me. Yeah, you could argue this anyway, man. This is a good problem to have. Absolutely a good problem to have. All right, let's see what this man wants to bring out against me. How? Oh, thank God he intercepted that. Oh, a third time with the dance. No, he's quitting. No, don't quit. Don't quit. Don't give us the win that easily. No. We won. Guys, we won our first series on the stream. Let's go, baby. Let's go. We finally win a draft series. We had some rough draft series too. Oh my gosh, man. 4 wins. Let's get it, man. Oh my gosh, man. If Ingram is out, do you think Tony Jones is playable for the Saints? No, I don't trust that play. I don't trust that play, my dude. I don't. I would assume you should have better options, man. Derek Lincoln, I have 2 flex spots. Who do I start? Cooks, Waddle, Schultz, Patterson if you play, Stevenson or Foreman. Remember PPR are my crazy rules and scoring with bonus points. Yeah, I do. 2 flex spots. Patterson if he plays, of course. Stevenson if Patterson doesn't play. And then I'm going to lean Waddle there. I don't really like the matchup for Waddle. This is a tough one. You could consider Schultz here. You can. If CeeDee Lamb doesn't play, then Schultz. Patterson if he plays. If he doesn't play, Stevenson. If CeeDee Lamb does play, go with Waddle just due to the sheer volume. All right, so we get Keanu Neal or Deonta Hightower. Why do I feel like we already have Deonta Hightower? We'll come back to this. James Martin, I don't feel it either. Well, there's your answer, my guy. Ronald, who's being played over Dylan? I have Monty, Eckler, Henderson, and between Dylan or Chubb. I said Dylan. I agree. Jason, bench one, my guy, Debo, Evans, and Diggs. Yikes. Gotta start Debo. You cannot set Debo at this point in the season. Oh my gosh, man. That's such a tough call. I'll go sit Diggs because he sees Lattimore on the Saints. I'll go sit Diggs, but I don't like it. Ronald, I go Diggs over Evans. I don't hate that either. Like, this is really, really tough. All right, guys. Appreciate everyone coming out tonight. Phenomenal stream, phenomenal fantasy Q&A tonight. You guys are incredible, man. The Catch fam, absolutely killing it. All ready to kick off the week, man. We got a lot to prepare for. We will have must-start kickers dropping tonight after the stream. We will have maybe a strength of schedule for the playoffs dropping tomorrow morning like we did this morning. If not, we will have those out throughout the week as well, man. We got quarterbacks and running backs out, so make sure you guys go check those out. Drop a like on the vids, drop a comment. Go check out Steven's must-start defenses as well as his must-start kickers dropping tonight. Drop a like, drop a comment. It does help out the channel greatly. Appreciate you guys coming through. On the way out, make sure to hit that like button if you didn't do so already. If you're new and you're listening in, make sure you subscribe and become part of the Catch fam down below. Let's see here. Derek, thank you. You know we got you, my guy. James, thank you. Of course, you know we got you, my guy. Red Gamer picking up Cowboys defense, Logan Thomas and Matt Gay. Let's go. Good luck on waivers, Catch fam. Good luck to everyone as well. Thank you for that shout out. Ronald, Jerry, all right, I hope everyone has a good night. Peace out, Jerry. Always appreciate your continued support to the channel. We will see you soon, my guy. Ray Gamer, if I don't get Matt Gay, we playing Greg Joseph. Good enough. That'll get you through, my dude. Sorry to catch you here at the end of the stream, Ray Gamer. Appreciate you coming through as always, my dude. Appreciate everyone. Appreciate the Catch fam, my guys. Everyone have a fantastic night. Have a safe and wonderful Wednesday. Almost Thanksgiving, my guys. Almost Thanksgiving. So appreciate you guys, man. Fantastic stream tonight. Hit the like, hit the notification bell. Subscribe if you're new. If you watch this retrospectively or listen, make sure to drop a comment down below with any questions, comments, or concerns pertaining to the 2021 fantasy football season. Stay tuned. We've got plenty of content dropping today and tomorrow. We'll be back on tomorrow at 8 p.m. I see everyone. Have a good night. See you guys tomorrow. This is Jason and Septivus. Have a good night. Ray Gamer. See you tomorrow. Peace out, my dudes. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate your support. Appreciate the Catch fam. I got nothing else to say. But, well, first of all, shout out to our first ultimate draft victory. 4 victories there. finally got one, guys. So that's a good note to end the night on as well. But got nothing else to say. But thank you guys so much for watching and or listening. And remember, saw it here on The Catch. And peace.